to session 12 of the Astral Circus here on happyjacksrpg. You can find all of our previous sessions at happyjacks.org/the Astral Circus and /shows for anything and everything we've ever done here. It's a lot. We're a lot. I've said it before and I still mean it.
Amazing.
Am Jason, your GM for this nonsense. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons 2024 edition with the change of swapping out a d20 for adding up 2d10s and having a little bit of a bell curve to work with there. So that's a lot of fun. I am actually sold on it at this point. It was an experiment to see, like, do I actually like it? Is it underpowered? Is it overpowered? It's fucking perfect is what it is. With caveats of, like, make sure you're watching the high end of the DCs and whatever. It's really good and I love it. So that part's not going to go away. We did, if you've been following from the beginning, we tried spell points out. That didn't work. It was not good.
I mean, it was great for us.
It was, yeah. Yeah. It's not a good idea. It just doesn't work in Dungeons & Dragons. So whatever. Content warning. It's blood and guts and everywhere. I've been working on proving my horror bona fides, which is different from my horror bona fides, which I'm also qualified for. But
don't need proving.
Yeah, right? I am a whore. Okay. Content warning, done.
Nailed it.
We have safety tools in place that also helps us be gross and weird and fun. So I love that. Dion, explain yourself.
No, I don't have to explain to you. Next. Hello, everyone. I will explain to you and not to Jason, because he doesn't deserve that.
No, I don't.
I am Dion. I am here to have fun, because I forgot what I was going to say. There we go. I remembered. I'm here. I'm playing Gralen Longstamp, our resident forest gnome grave cleric, who had a very serious, somber time last time, and I'm eager to pick that up where we left off and sort of see how that resolves. So, yeah.
We'll get that in the recap.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sam. I use they, them pronouns, and I am here to play Jaden Sapphire. He, him, Astral Elf Druid, and recently remembered professor of the museum that we're in. When you live long enough, you forget a lot of the things you do.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Sapphire was previously known as Professor Bluestone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like
Don't worry about it.
You live long enough.
Yeah.
What do we land on? Hayden?
Oh, yeah.
Hayden?
Hayden.
Before H.I. It was two
Yeah.
Aidens ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 2 Aidens ago.
I love that so much.
The measurement of time.
Like, he just wakes, it's like,
unit of time.
Aiden, something, there's a letter in the front. Jaden? Okay, we'll go with Jaden now.
So good. Hi, I'm Pooja. I no pronouns. I am playing Ezthe Perah, they, them, a tiefling martial sorcerer, which is Jason's homebrew that we are trying out in this, and it's been so much fun so far. And Ezthe is a beautiful, beautiful being.
True.
And it's a good thing that they're so pretty.
Haha.
They're not very smart.
That's okay.
But they have an explosive personality.
Yes, they do.
Super explosive. And now it recharges on short rest.
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
And also for the keen observer, we are without RJ today. That's okay. We'll fill that in the fiction here. My players, I have a little bit of behind the scenes I need to do here. Would anyone like to do the recap, or would you like to collaboratively do it for, let's say, the price of 2 table inspirations?
Ooh.
I mean, I think I did it earlier, so I think I can. I don't want to. You want to do it together?
Sure, I can help. I'll jump in to help.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to prep some stuff and let you take... I also really enjoy hearing the recap from the player's lens, so please.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, so last time we began mid-combat with Why did I just blank on the name? We were saying.
Oh no, I immediately
Oh,
forgot his name
your
too.
your friendly.
Barnabas?
Barnabas.
There we go.
There we go.
We were saying it all before.
Yeah,
I promise you, we were talking
Barnabas
about this before.
Fizzlecrank,
We were in combat with Barnabas as we sort of walked up to him thinking we were friendly, and that immediately ended because a brawl ensued.
We did, yeah.
If you're gonna do evil shit, then
He was doing pretty evil things.
He ripped somebody apart and separated blood and guts and gore
was
from
not
skin
great.
and bones. It was gross.
The skin and bones were so clean.
You don't get to brag about that.
Oh, okay.
And then once we sort of deceptively easily took him down, instead of dying, he turned into sort of twirling, floating ribbons of flesh.
Yeah.
Is that an accurate
Yeah,
description?
it was like if you unrolled a gnome into like fruit by the foot.
Yeah.
they're perfect. And
that's
but like
perfect description.
Yeah.
animate
you
fruit
for
by the foot
Yeah,
that's
yes.
like swirling amongst
Yeah.
itself,
Yeah.
like a
Like,
kid with
it's
a
gnome by
ribbon.
the foot.
Yeah,
Gnome by the foot,
gnome by
but
the foot.
alive.
There's
Yeah.
not that many
Kind of?
feet there, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, once you strip them down,
And at the same time, a prisoner got free from the cell that we just saw Barnabas come from, alongside a small army of like constructs that were essentially the animated remains of people that Barnabas had ripped apart. It was all
Yeah.
real gross. And they all came out for the fight.
Mhm.
We were being splashed by the remains, who were essentially throwing their hands that became mush and mist, and that was enchanting us in some way to come closer to Barnabas.
It was doing a hold person, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was doing whole
Yeah,
person.
it was
doing
Barnabas
whole
was the one that was
Yeah.
pulling it. Okay,
enticing,
yeah,
Yeah.
enticing, yeah.
doing a ribbon
Yeah.
dance,
It was
if you
like
will.
hypnotizing you.
So the sloshy constructs were trying to hold us still, and Barnabas was trying to draw us in. Brutus, Ezthe, and Backbreaker all got drawn into the ribbon, in which they were moved to a pocket dimension of Barnabas's insane construction that was real narrow cylinder, very narrow, tall cylinder library, in which the books started flying off the shelves to attack them. In mid-fight, Brutus decided that he had it being in that space, and smacked one of the books, grabbed it, threw it against the wall as hard as shit, and then essentially rocked the wall hard enough that he broke everybody free.
Yeah.
Broke
the construct.
He broke the construct. In the meantime, at the same
I
time,
feel like this is Ezthe getting trapped in one of their own nightmares. Like,
Nothing to do but read.
there's like a bunch of books, and then the books are attacking you, but it's not my fault that they're getting hurt. I just have to defend myself. But I can't ruin the books.
Indeed.
The books are everything.
throwing them. Meanwhile, Jaden, Gralen, and what was Adam's character's name? Do you remember? I forgot that.
Kenley?
Kinley, yeah.
And Kinley, the escaped prisoner who joined our side, were dealing with Barnabas' ribbon essence. And
Biblically accurate Barnabas.
biblically accurate Barnabas. That's what we came up with. And as a last-ditch effort, Barnabas tried to draw us in once more. Jaden was enchanted by it. Gralen had to tackle Jaden to keep Jaden from going in.
It was a low tackle.
It was sweep the leg.
It was good. He's top heavy. You gotta cut him out
Yeah.
at the feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in time for Brutus and the rest of the crew to reappear, and then we promptly finished off Barnabas. This biblically accurate Barnabas, which also did the constructs just shut down, or did we finish those off afterwards?
They got pretty fried in the moonbeam.
Yeah.
I think-
No, you'd already
Yeah.
dealt with that. Yeah, that's right. And so we finished them off. Then the constructs all went, "Blech," which is the best description. And most of the crew spent time sort of making a way through the mush and the
Squeegee
muck
the
and the
hallway
napkins,
real
Yeah.
good.
to get to the hall, the room with the prisoners, to let the other prisoners out. And in the meantime, Gralen was distraught, hovering over the first body that we saw ripped apart, and was praying fervently about it, and then got drawn into a meeting with Mistra and Kelemvor, who offered Gralen an opportunity to true restoration,
Yes.
to truly restore this person back to life, even though Gralen had to take on a small student loan amount of debt to do said feat, but still chose to do it.
Are there any student loans that are actually small student loan versus
Well,
the med school student loan? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, some of us have like a car's worth or 2 cars worth, and others of us have like several houses worth. It really just depends. When you went, how long you stayed in, you know. But yeah, and we picked up at that point where Gralen had come back and was setting things up to work on it. Backbreaker had come to guard Gralen, and everyone else was on free prisoner duty. And I had talks of looting the place and sort of ransacking it once we had finished business, or at least
We also, Jaden reopened the portal to Candlekeep
yes.
so that the other prisoners could escape, and let Candlekeep know that he's back in charge of the museum, guys. I don't know why you were worried.
That absolutely did.
No one's gonna talk about the gnome who is supposed to be taking care of things.
Mhm.
He's on sabbatical.
So they did ask about him, right? Well, what is like? Did he die, or like what? What are you telling Candlekeep?
Oh, that's a good question.
He got fired.
Because and just so it's clear, like they heard like, oh, there are survivors in there. Okay, so they connected the portal, let the survivors through, and the people on the other side are like, "Are you okay? Is it safe? What's happening?" And you're like, "Well, it's not totally safe yet.
Yeah.
We're
some repairs.
we're gonna figure that out." And they're like, "And where's Barnabas, Professor Bluestone?"
I think Jaden we would not tell them. Well, he got, partially ceramorphosed. No,
No, but
We're
you
not-
can tell them he didn't make it.
Yeah,
That's
he was
pretty easy.
fatally injured in
Not even a lie.
in the process of whatever happened here.
He was fatally injured a number of times.
Yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I forget
He
if
succumbed
we-
to his wounds, unfortunately, for no one.
Did when the ribbon form died,
Mhm.
he went back to his body.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to make sure we had that.
Yes.
So we have a body. On important to note, because this couple hours of like getting the refugees out and whatever, Barnabas' body has not melted like all of the other dead ceramorphs that
Right.
you've seen. Most of them end up drip drying somewhat. And
And
Barnabas
ejecting a tadpole.
Barnabas just looks like a dead body, with some tentacle features and purpley skin and all those sort of things that were a little different.
Mhm.
But yeah,
And completely aside, this was just a thing that I wrote down because you told me to do it, and I want to make sure that I do it because you told me to remind you specifically that there is still an illithid worm on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
With
yeah.
dead guy that
Yeah.
I'm
The main detail there was that that guy is resurrected and he's not awake yet, but his illithid worm is on the floor dying.
Skish it.
It's no longer in his head.
okay.
Skish it.
And that seems like an important detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think the resurrection was happening while they were getting everybody out.
It
right?
had not happened. I was still in the midst of it. You said it took like an hour, and they were still getting
Yeah.
everybody out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think they're all coming back.
Mhm.
You also, so Brutus comes back before they're done getting everyone out and just letting Candlekeep know that like, yeah, we have a little more cleanup to do, and then we'll reopen. Brutus comes back early, right, and tells you that he's been given an assignment, and the half a dozen or so people who were killed in the manner that created the mannequins
Mhm.
need help getting where they need to go.
Mhm.
And so he is stepping onto the Shadow Bridge with them and guiding them away from here. So he lets you know that that's what he's supposed to go do and vanishes into the ether.
Gotcha.
I always love that that scene of like somebody turning away, and as they turn, they just become nothing.
Yeah.
You know, that just gets, it's narrower and narrower and narrower, and then by that angle you can't see them anymore. Yeah, that's cool. And he's an enormous hippo man. You know,
Yeah.
There's no narrow angle.
so light on his feet. So that's where Brutus is. I've learned my lesson, fans.
What, you don't want to control a monk
can't.
as well?
I can't. I got enough going on.
So much.
I got enough going on without the player character nonsense. But I'm so sorry for how I handled your character. I'm sure I forgot a million things of what
It's
to
a
do.
complicated character.
Yeah, but I designed the class. I should know what to do. Ah.
You didn't design
But
it to
you have
run it while
7
running a
other-
PC
yeah.
and running a bunch of enemies.
Yeah, that is true.
Like literally while GMing also attempting to play the character is a whole
Well,
different ballgame.
Thank you for being so understanding.
I thought you were doing a great job.
Thank you. So, Gralen, you have a moment where Brutus has left. He checked in with you, left. You know that he's on official assignment. They're probably on their way back up. It's 10, 15 minutes from the main junction here. There's like, well, so it's not written down anywhere, but Jaden, you remember that we called this Grand Central,
Okay.
right? Or the spot, because it's 2 hallways that cross in an X,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like on your blueprints and stuff, it was like dumb jokes like that.
Yeah.
That Barnabas was amused by, and like he would make dumb jokes, and then I don't think it's necessarily Jaden's sense of humor. You could tell me, but Jaden would want to make Barnabas laugh.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you could come up with a dumb joke that would make him laugh, it was delightful. He was a very happy, jolly man who was an excellent kisser, at least.
Until the tentacle set.
Until the tentacles.
Yeah.
happen.
Which
That's
when
not-
did that happen? Could you tell?
Well, I think we've established it was about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was when the Nautiloid.
Correct.
So he had just been
Chugging along.
on the evil end for a long time prior to that.
Or he got a lot of evil done in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
One of the two.
It wouldn't take long to do what he did. He only had half a dozen people, you know, and he'd been running around trying to catch them. So,
Okay.
And a couple of people we found were from, like they had been here recently. So
Yeah.
I think it's leaning more towards he was normal, sane, regular person. And then,
and then
2
he
weeks
was
ago.
2 weeks away from retirement. And,
Shit hit the fan.
yep,
oh, he's retired now.
yep,
Yeah, he's permanent retirement.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So you have a moment to yourself alone in the hallway where, you also just know, yeah, I feel like this is kind of cool. When you cast Resurrection, you get knowledge, like basic knowledge about somebody, like their name and their pronouns and their, you know, whatever, right? So you're speaking with a man called Sennick, Sennick.
Mhm.
His sculpture doesn't have a surname. I think I said he was human, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
described him as human.
Mhm.
And you'd know that he is from a human and Goliath settlement on Toril, the planet that Baldur's Gate is on,
Mhm.
Faerun. But it's like not that close to the Sword Coast. It was just like a town of 1,000 people, and they mostly live in the mountains and ship down. You know, they'll like block up ice and bring ice down to the towns, and they do some metal mining and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just kind of an industrial town and that's it. Like you don't even know the name of the town, right? You just have this like sense of who this man was.
Okay.
And that his life was difficult there. It was hard living, and a recruiter from the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company came along, making all sorts of promises about how they might be able to help bring money back to their town, and get professional training and experience and travel the Astral Sea.
If you
Jason knows how much I love the American military and their exploits and the way that they absolutely take advantage of the economic structures created.
Yeah, and folks, let's say be clear. There is a clear distinction between the military complex and those in uniform.
Right.
Right. That
Yeah.
is.
This
not
is
the
not a
same
shot
thing.
at people
Yeah.
who are serving.
Yes.
This is a shot at an exploitative structure
Yes.
that
The
that
institution
prize on
is the
people.
problem.
Yes. Yeah.
who need means to feed and take care of their families and
And then also reinforces the structures that keep that system fed.
Yes. Yeah. And I speak as somebody who had family in the military. It's anyway. Yeah, they were made all sorts of promises. Everything sounded amazing. And
I'm also going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when I was growing up in South Louisiana, there used to be a commercial that would come on all the time on local TV about how if you needed a job, you could learn how to drive a truck.
oh yeah.
And it was like a school for getting your class
B.
B license or whatever it was.
My battery's at 69%. Okay. Please continue.
Nice. And it also reminds me of that.
Yeah.
That it's like, if you need a job, you can call 1-800, and then it was like,
A lot of those trucking
drive a
schools
truck,
were taking
but
advantage
not.
of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's that same thing where it's like, you could get a lot of money, it's a really good job, we just provide you the training, and then you go and like provide for everything.
Right.
And that is like,
We're only the branch of the
capitalist
government
version.
that's taking all of the money that you
Yeah.
should have in the first place. So come and work for us and get it back, I guess, maybe.
All
But
right.
not really.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
sorry.
keep us back on track.
Okay, sorry.
Look, I started it.
You created a
Yeah.
story that was reminiscent and
I
hit
know what
home.
I am.
it resonated.
Yeah.
It resonated.
That's good. I created an emotional reaction. That makes me proud. But you recall the first, month or so of like he is recruited. He goes on to their airships. They're like British Navy sailing ships, right? But they go up and so
Let me guess, he was 18.
Yep. And
They recruited him when he was 17 and then waited to sign the papers until
Yeah.
it was on his 18th birthday.
anyway, they brought him to an area where they did, it was a bunch of like basic education kind of stuff. Let's make sure we're all up to date. Let's see what your aptitudes are. We're going to, put you through some tests. And so you see about a month of memories of like, this is kind of hard work, but it's also interesting. And, maybe it's my career. You can like feel his hope, right? Of like, I've got a shot, right? Like I'm already in space. I could do something, right? And then the last memory is going in for his physical exam. And a close-up of a little purple worm.
Going into his eyeball.
Yep. And then you don't remember anything. He does. That's the end of the story.
Like I'm
Right.
I'm seeing this.
Yeah, it's sort of like the life flashes before your eyes.
Right.
Right.
Gotcha.
His life flashed before your eyes as you brought him back. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where his life ended, like 10 years ago. That's how long this has been going on.
Oh.
Yeah. This guy's like 35. Or no, he was 18, so he's like 28, right? He has, 10 years ago, he had a wife with a kid on the way. 18, it happens. No shade.
Small towns, it does all the
Right.
time.
And he thought, I'm going to be able to provide for my family.
Yeah.
So, Cynic is in the process of waking up. Yeah.
So, right now he's in the
Yeah.
process of waking up.
Yeah, he's just sort of grumbling. What is going on? Yeah. So, do you want to intervene or just let him
Well, I mean,
get
first,
up,
I
or-
don't. I saw that, but would I automatically know that he remembers all of that? Like, I don't know how. I don't know if Gralen knows how much.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a joint experience.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And it played backwards, right? It started with the physical,
Gotcha.
right? And went whoop all the way back to the recruit.
All the way back to the recruitment.
Well, and actually a bunch of his childhood, you know, because it
Right.
was like life flashing before your eyes, but in reverse because you're coming back.
Mm.
I don't know why that was important to me, but I was thinking about it all
I
week.
like it.
So, yeah, he's kind of like, because he was. Actually, there's no reason for him to be face down or face up or what. Like his body was not in any particular arrangement. The good news is all of that is gone, right? Like it just sort of like fades away as he's rebuilt. Like Dr. Manhattan.
Gotcha.
You know, gets 3D printed back together. And so there's like a blood stain on the floor, but it's not even wet. It looks old.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah, Gralen would just say, like, well, first just check on. Are you okay? Is everything? Is your body feel okay? Like-
I think I am technically okay.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I think I am technically okay.
Mm.
This is the Goliath accent.
Oh, gotcha.
This is how Goliaths talk.
Good. It was important to me that you made it through this.
I did physical go poorly.
I'm probably not the best one to tell you all of this, but you were very much taken advantage of. Do you have a sense of how long it's been since the physical?
Well, I just went in. So there's part of this is like, thank God he doesn't remember the last 10 years because they can't have been good,
Right.
right? That this is how we're avoiding the like massive trauma dump.
Gotcha.
But I mean, not just like manually avoiding it, but like I like the idea of him not remembering. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Whereas like in Baldur's Gate 3, Minthara remembers all the stuff that she did. Like if you recall, spoilers, sorry, for a 2-year-old game, when she comes to her senses, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did these horrible things.
Right.
Oh, she's a named character. Anyway, this guy Senek is saying he doesn't remember any of that. He doesn't know what day it is or where he is. Like what Also, he is in like the tattered remains of the pants.
Mm-hmm.
No shirt, no shoes. He's just barefoot.
No service for this man.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like like just pulled from the island in not Survivor, the
Castaway?
Wilson. Yeah, Castaway. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tom
Hanks.
Holland.
No, Hanks.
Cruise.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, we're going with Cruise?
Yeah, Tom Cumberbatch.
Accurate, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just standing there looking confused, but his body is in pristine condition, right? He is clean. He's cleaner than his pants. Yeah, he's been fully restored.
The best way I can put this was your mind was abducted and your body is being used as a pawn for war. And unfortunately,
it was mind controlled.
for about 10 years.
No, what? No, that can't be right. My family.
They might still be out there, but it's been 10 years.
Oh no. Who did this?
I don't know if I'm assuming we have pretty good intel that the military that you were part of, the Royal Intrepid,
Shipping and exploration.
yeah, that they have some connection to.
No, they are a peaceful organization.
They
No
literally did
combat.
this to you.
Only self-defense.
They definitely did
The
this
last
to you.
thing you remember was
Well,
what?
you're not there.
The last thing you remember was what?
The physical.
Yeah, that wasn't a physical. They inserted a mind control agent into your body.
Oh no. This is very hard to believe. But this is also not the physical room.
I was going to
It's like
say,
there's a long ass hallway behind. He's in the middle of like a dry blood stain. And I think he's just standing, right?
Right.
He's just looking confused. The sort of the John Travolta meme of looking around. Oh god,
Well,
sorry.
look, I have my own past and experience of being used and being taken advantage of, and I'm sorry for the life and the opportunities that you lost. And I know this is hard to take on, but the best thing I can say for now is that at this moment, your mind is free. In this moment, you're an individual. And in this moment, and from this moment, you're able to take control of your life in whatever direction you will. So if you want to go try and find your family, I would advise you to do that.
Yes, desperately.
Then let's find a way to get you out of here. But for now, you should just come with us to be safe.
Okay, you brought me back.
Yes.
Oh, I owe you great debt.
No, you don't owe me anything. It was something I needed to do.
Well, I'm confused. I need to sit down. Eddie, yeah, like if you're sort of guiding him back down the hallway, I
Mhm.
assume.
No, I don't think we've moved yet. I'm still just kind of.
Oh, okay.
I know this
But
is heavy,
he
so
looks like he wants to sit down
Okay.
somewhere.
Well,
you know,
I think my friends have cleared out
Yeah,
the
there's a
office
lot
down
of
the hall.
bodies in the hallway.
Yeah. Well, no, they cleaned it up. They've been
they-
cleaning it up.
oh,
So
okay.
it was like I think my friends cleared out a space in the office down the hallway. We can probably
Sure.
find somewhere to sit
There
there.
probably are some like scorch marks and there's a lot of magic flying
Oh
around.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you'll get him back to the lab. It's pretty easy to like make some tea or whatever. And he's just kind of like, finds a jacket in the pile of clothes and, is just sort of zoning out for a minute.
Yeah. Makes sense.
When everybody comes back.
Did we get the rest of the people out?
Yes.
Okay. Where does that portal go specifically?
Candlekeep.
Candlekeep. Okay.
They did close it again because there are some safety renovations on this end that need to be done before it, reopens
Well, also
permanently.
friends, Cynic friends. I don't think Candlekeep is where Cynic is headed anyway.
No, it's quite far from mountains.
Where do you live?
Well, eh, Pointy mountains. No. In my language, it sounds much nicer.
Mount Point.
Yeah, Point Mountain. Pointy. It's hard to say.
Oh, that makes sense.
From
We could
oh,
get
sorry.
you back there, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I mean, and you all are sort of aware of a general map of the area around the Sword Coast, and it's just like way inland from
Yeah.
the Sword Coast,
Yeah.
I
right?
was gonna say because like I got a view, kind of a view of it. I was gonna say
Mhm.
from what I can glean, it's a little bit outside of like Baldur's Gate and a little bit away from the Sword Coast.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of like a Californian can point to roughly where Kansas is. That's you
Like
are
over
from
there.
you know, what we should do is, because, no offense,
I'm not the offended.
but
No, sorry, he's not flippant. He's just sort of half there.
generally, if you want to travel around, people are going to be upset if you don't wear enough clothing. I found out the hard way. I don't know why they were so aghast. I'm beautiful.
Story for later. Keep going.
But, so we should find you some clothes. We have
Yes.
some extras on the
It's
ship.
okay to take more. Like, there's a big pile of clothes in here
Oh,
from victims.
Nobody's using them.
nobody's using them. Also, I'm sure that there is some stuff in here that Captain Jaden would be
Captain Professor.
Captain Professor Jaden would be very happy to gift you on your way so that you have some funds to travel home.
Cool.
Because money is also very important in life.
All right, Captain Professor Jaden, thank you. It's very kind.
You're welcome.
This is why he's the best.
Every new place we go, you're gonna pick up a new title, aren't you?
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot. Let's see.
So, Jaden, I'm going to have you make a history check, which you
Okay.
can add your wisdom stat to.
Cool. Okay. History. Where's that? Oh, okay. That's +0. That's fine.
I
And
just
then
realized
+4 from your wisdom.
+4. Yeah.
on level up, my max hit points also went to 69.
Why couldn't I get Zorug's right?
Okay. Well, we only got a 13, but he's not good at
Okay.
that. So.
I'm at 74. I feel left
Ooh.
out.
When you have the opportunity to focus on this memory more, like
Mhm.
you still have some of the latent ability that the spores were giving you of like being able to memory walk.
Oh,
Remember
right.
I don't know if you
Yes.
guys remember.
Yeah.
I just slammed through all the episodes last weekend because I needed to title all of them. I realized I'd forgotten to give them titles. So I just put on like 2.5 speed, which, by the way, we sound great. But the area is giving you like full access to your memories, right? So when you have an hour to focus, you remember an important conversation that you had with Barnabas that is like poking at the back of your mind about the facility itself.
Oh, okay.
And, like something is sort of nagging. And you're like, why is that an important memory? Where is that memory located?
Yeah.
How do I find this? And I will say, however, that as potent as these spores are, they will not take you beyond the Astral Sea barrier of your memories.
Yeah.
Which
Fair.
is this technically is beyond the Astral Sea barrier, but this has floated.
We're currently
Yeah.
here, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
It is floated to the surface.
Yeah. I think we could all use a little bit of a rest at this point. Anybody else feeling a bit tired?
HP fine, spell slot, awful. Would
Yeah.
love a rest.
So I think maybe find someplace safe
Yeah.
to like hunker down and let everybody get some rest
Okay. So
in this
in
area.
in the spot,
The spot, yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
there is this lab, which is yucky.
It has bad vibes. We don't
it
want
has
to rest in
the
here.
smells of people who were kept in cages, with no regard for their physical comfort.
Yuck.
This is not a nice place to rest. At the spot, there were 4 corners, right? There were 3 others that are sort of closed. It's not totally clear what's going on in there. Like one of them, the door is sort of like half open, and you can see some like mist and light is on in there, and the other 2 are just fully closed. These doors are fully closed.
Perfect.
Unlike Seneca.
Yeah. Well, look, Santa has pants on. That's and a loose jacket at this point. But anyway, he goes through and gets himself dressed, right?
Yeah.
He finds some shoes that fit, and because his shoes are here.
Ugh, awkward.
Yep.
Buddy doesn't know that, so it's fine.
Yeah. He's like, oh, these fit. Oh, these are really comfortable.
You should take those.
Yeah.
I like these.
Yeah. And he also, while you all are sort of looking around and like letting him get dressed, he's also like, he'll put on something and then like fold 3 or 4 articles of clothing.
Aw.
Like he's not even really like, oh, I should do this. It's just like on autopilot. He's
Yeah.
doing something like, and then he'll fold and be like, oh, this shirt looks like it would fit me because,
It's yours,
Yeah.
buddy.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're just not gonna do it. We're just gonna say,
He's better.
wow, it's so great that you found some clothes that fit you.
yeah.
And that are so comfortable.
Yeah. So anyway, you've got these 3 other corners of presumably similar sized labs. I think I said this lab is like 400 square feet, something like that.
Mhm.
So like 20 to a side. This lab though has like stacked up metal bar cages, right? Like a cube cage, and there's several of them. There were like a couple people in each one. And so those are stacked up in one corner. The pile of clothes is in another corner. And then the front half of the lab is all is the like operating table and cupboards and all the like implements and tools and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
there are enchanting tools. There are also surgery tools and all sorts of things. So yeah, that's what's in this lab. And then there are 3 other rooms nearby, unless we want to go exploring further than that. And we have not had a long rest yet.
Correct.
I would rather try to find somewhere to go long rest.
Same.
My immediate thought is the one opposite this one, because hopefully it has the opposite vibe.
Okay, so
That's a
this
fair point.
one, the one, so if you're looking at the corner, right, there's the catty corner one, and there's one to the left and one to the right. Right? Does that make sense?
Oh, I thought you were saying it's a crossing the 4.
You're at an intersection.
And it's like almost a T?
No. It's a
It's an
cross
X.
intersection, and there's a lab here, and here. There are 4 labs.
Okay.
You're in one of them.
Right.
And then the one directly across diagonally,
Yeah.
Right.
is the catty corner one.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then there's one to your left and one to your right.
Yes.
Okay.
I was saying the category, the direct opposite.
Right. So the one to your left is the one where the door is like hanging open a little bit. I'm like,
Gotcha.
I don't think these are auto doors. It's just like clearly off the hinges a little.
Mm-hmm.
Not that anyone here was unhinged, but then the one straight across and the one to the right are just have closed lab doors.
Gotcha. Path of least resistance. What are the
Slightly open
slightly
one.
open one?
We can look in.
Take a peek. I'll take a peek.
The slightly open one?
Yeah.
Roll perception for me, please. What's your passive perception? Actually, I have that right here.
My passive perception is 14.
In this circumstance, would you mind if I secretly rolled your perception?
Sure.
Okay. Or just roll it on my phone so it doesn't go flying all over the place. Not a D20. Gross. We don't do that.
You want to know what my...
I have it.
Oh, okay.
You don't hear anything. Seems safe.
Okay. Then I go in further.
You're gonna like shove the door open.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the way, like, or I mean, already when you're at the door and you're kind of like, what's going on? Sounds like kind of like the back. The audience can't hear this right now, but like the background of our AC here, like there's something on or something, right? There's like not even this loud, right?
Gotcha.
It's just like a some kind of hum, something, but it sounds like a machine or something.
Gotcha.
Who knows? And there are some like flickering lights, and as you like try to shove the door open enough to get in there, you can see the like enchanted. I can imagine you and Barnabas putting up fucking chandeliers in the labs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it wasn't worth mentioning. The gross lab just has a functioning chandelier that is mostly like brass, and it's not candles. They're like magic flame, right? But this one, you could see the remnants of the chandelier. They're held up by 4 chains. 2 of them are broken, so it's like, hung down and just dangling by 2 of the chains remaining. You could see one of the benches is like tipped up against the wall, and there's just detritus all over the place. But you have room to go in now, and it's just, there's enough, and also as you're approaching, you realize it's not smoke in there, it's like mist or something, steam maybe. It doesn't smell like anything in particular. Oh, wait, hold on. How familiar are Gralen's people with grilling?
Grilling?
Mm-hmm.
Not very.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't
Largely vegetarian.
doesn't smell like anything.
Okay.
I don't think I would let you go in there.
So I would
Behind him?
Like,
I
you would
would yell-
definitely not go by yourself.
I would,
No.
Gralen would yell back. So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
seems empty.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think you two are just across the hallway, right? Like 20 feet
Yeah.
away.
I'm like,
Like-
seems like it's empty. You guys want to go in?
Hang on a second.
Like, definitely going in with you. No one goes anywhere alone when there were pocket dimensions to fall into.
Are either of you two opposed to me rolling perception checks for you?
No. My
Okay?
passive
Because we don't
perception.
have to. I know that really bugs some players, and I'm not inclined to do it all the time, but I think it can help when there's a little bit of a horror setting at work.
Yeah. My passive perception is 17, by the way,
Oh, shit.
if that's helpful.
I think, yeah, it kind of
What is
feels
your
like this is
wisdom?
the situation where passive perception like is made for.
18.
Yeah,
plus-
it is. But your passive perception hasn't
You must be proficient
beat
in it
the
or something.
thing.
I
So,
mean, mine's 11, and I
Yeah.
have no problem with Ezthe just not.
yeah,
Like,
okay.
these are choices that I made in character creation that my character just
Yep,
doesn't.
okay,
Yeah,
But,
I'm okay with being oblivious.
okay.
yeah.
So, Jaden, as you approach the door,
Mhm.
it's not clear, but it's not the smell of grilled meat. It's the smell of like steamed meat, which is not a great smell. It's kind of like a bologna. Like
Ugh.
hot bologna
It smells
smell.
like hot dog wind, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, but it's so light. You know, it's like barely there. You're like, this mist smells weird. It's hot dog wind. But I don't know the language our fantasy language for that, right? But it smells like steamed bologna.
Blah.
The perfect way to cook bologna, by the way. Or spam, you know. Look, fried spam is great, but steamed is not. So I just grossed myself out. All the stuff last week, fine.
Steamed
Steamed
bologna.
bologna.
Yeah.
I respect meat too much to do that to it.
I think Jaden gets like a memory of like a truck stop place that was not Lovey's, that was like the yucky version of that. And he's like, oh no, I know that smells
Mm.
not good.
Would you tell me like to hesitate about going in?
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm gonna go.
No, like I don't think it smells weird.
Smells weird.
You don't smell that? There's like a steamed meat smell.
You think someone's cooking?
No,
That's not what it smells like.
no,
I know. That would be
No,
Gralen's.
no, I know.
yeah.
Just clarifying
That would be
for
Gralen's
Jaden.
reaction.
Yeah.
no. Someone may have been cooked, but not cooking
Oh,
is my concern.
well, I have an idea how we can go check. And plus, this is the perfect chance to introduce you guys.
To who?
Gralen, does the thing. So,
What is your
can-
ritual?
I would say, can we say that I did it already?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
You
want to,
just
like,
you
waste
just finish it. To,
Yeah, I
like,
just
bring
finish
him,
up.
make him present.
And I'm gonna make the ritual boring because I don't think Gralen would do anything flashy here, and make it just something about like meditation and trying to like reconnect with that sort of like nature space that he used to be from.
Can I offer you something?
Yeah, sure.
You've in the original ritual that you did this, you were gifted a little wishbone. It's actually a pretty good sized wishbone, like maybe the size of a turkey.
Hmm.
You had to break it, and whenever the spell ends, it goes back together.
I love that.
That's
So you see Gralen like break this wishbone, and then next to him, out of sort of like magic and sort of like green light, forms a vulture. And this is Gralen's
The
familiar.
3 foot
Just
tall
a-
death
yeah, like
turkey.
I'm 4 foot, and the vulture stands like 3 feet tall.
amazing.
Like it's like near. I could if I wasn't wearing my armor, I could probably ride it. It's like not really. They don't weigh that much, but like
Yeah.
like it looks like that. That's
You
the
got
optics of it.
friend.
Have a friend.
Yeah.
It's a new friend.
Yeah. So
Can I scritch it?
yeah.
Does it get scritches?
What's your friend's name?
Oh shit.
Yeah, we gotta come up with something. And in your head, you hear, "Yeah, what's my name?" You get telepathic communication with your
Yeah, I know,
familiars,
I know,
so you
I
get
know.
what you get.
Yeah.
And then he snaps his beak. Is it he?
She.
She.
I like
Okay.
Oh,
She
aren't
snaps
you?
her beak at you.
Okay.
Oh, be nice.
Snap, snap.
Be nice to
I
my
need.
best.
See, I don't do the
buddy.
puns. I need a punny name.
Okay. We'll get there.
So yeah. I'm
There's
gonna
a
think about
name.
that.
It's
TBD,
communicated.
yes.
Yeah.
But then I communicate with my vulture telepathically to go and like check it out, and because the vulture's within 100 feet,
What
I can
about-
see.
Volkeri.
We'll come back to it.
Look, fans are gonna be with me on this one. That's fucking brilliant, and I'm proud of myself.
Listen, I'm not. It's not for me. It's
Valkyries
not bad.
are
I think Valkyries are badass.
psychopomps and choosers of the slain,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a chewer of the slain.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm good.
All right. You get a sense of so in your mind she says, "What smells good?"
That's what I want you to go see for us. You mind going to check it out?
No.
Go check it out for us.
All right.
I'll open the door just enough for her big ass to fit through because vultures are huge.
Yeah. Okay, so you can push the door open the rest of the way?
Well, not the rest of the way. Vultures aren't that big, but like
Well, she's bigger than you. I think she's wider than you are.
probably about the same width.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause, like, remember, I'm also wearing giant armor.
Yeah.
So, like,
Make a dexterity save for me. Or do you have sleight of hand?
am I proficient in sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay, let's do a dex save then.
Dex save.
Which is sleight of hand if you're not. It's the same.
Gotcha. Sure is.
If you're not proficient in it.
That is not good. 11 total.
Okay. The door, you go to like push it open a little bit more, and you realize you had carefully opened it and not realize that it had sort of stopped against some sort of obstruction.
Oh, it hit a hold.
Yeah, and then when you pushed it a little bit further, the table that had been tipped up on that side that you couldn't really see is pushed away from the wall and goes crashing through the room. It like breaks, and some other stuff, some glass that had made it to the floor shatters, and there's just a massive clatter of noise, and the like humming noise stops.
Oh.
But then Vulture is like hopping towards the door. You know,
That
right?
I hear.
Yeah.
I hear the humming stop.
Yeah. It's sort of like you didn't realize there was a hum
All right.
until it stopped.
Then it got quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of you are like, this crash, boom, bang, you know. Huh.
Yeah, I'm still gonna have her go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll her perception. Do you know what her perception bonus should be?
No, give me a sec. Because my laptop died, but here it is. Our perception is passive perception 13.
Okay. Does she have an investigation stat?
What is that?
So it'd be intelligence bonus, and then if she's proficient in investigation, then
She's not
I don't know how
proficient in
familiars work.
investigation, and her intelligence is going to be a hell no.
okay.
We can try, but I'd have to roll immaculately.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Not a great roll. All right, so let's do one last perception check, everyone, and you're rolling against the thing that's hiding in there. And I am currently about to get a surprise round, but I want to give you one last chance to be on the ball. Does anybody have a thing that says you can't be surprised?
I almost took alert.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, different abilities get it, but I'm gonna make an extra stealth check here. Maybe I'll roll bad. Okay.
I got 20.
Okay, I need DC 14 for this perception check.
Too many then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I can definitely be surprised. You said perception?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hold. I should have used this pair. This pair is really good for me. 14.
So that's the DC.
Nice.
9 total?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna be surprised, unfortunately. So the are you kind of like looking through her eyes as
Yeah.
well? That's a whole thing you can do. with
Yeah,
familiar.
as long as she's
Yeah.
within 100 feet of me, I can.
Yeah. So she hops in there, and the mist gets kind of dense, and also she's low to the ground, right? Even lower than you are, and the mist is thicker the lower you are. But she's kind of looking around, trying to figure out what that delicious smell is. there's a confusing thing of like you smell hot dog wind and like it.
Oh, because I'm
Yeah.
sensing. Yeah.
So you could like you probably don't like the smell of hot dog wind,
Right. But in this moment, I'm sensing it through
Yeah.
through my vulture.
and you're like salivating a little bit.
Mhm.
Like, oh no, what's wrong with me? I don't want to like this. So the vulture hops in, it's sort of picking her way around some things, getting through all this mess that's in there. And then she unfortunately is going to be surprised as well, as several of the ixits unwrap, like
Oh,
peel
no.
off of a like steam pipe that's in here. And so there's 6 ixits. There's 6its that peel off and like dive bomb the vulture. And these 6 are not a swarm. These are 6 individual terrifying ixits.
Oh no.
And these are the purple ixits. They have little tentacle grabbies. And yeah, so I'm going to make an attack against Vulture. Do you have her AC?
I do. It is 10.
Okay, I beat that. Damage for these guys, what did I have? Oh, let's have everybody roll initiative while we're doing this.
Okay.
Okay, it is here again. This is not a jacket day. I was hoping to wear this jacket in every episode, and I think as we get into summer, it's not going to make it past the first hour very often.
I mean, it's just super warm now.
Yeah.
I present it. 17. Why am I always so proud of myself when I could like add whole numbers successfully?
Look, the like 13-year-olds I was running D&D for yesterday were also thrilled that they could add together numbers. So there's no shame in that.
13-year-olds.
Yeah.
And
16.
the Punisher meme. Not Punisher, Predator. Predator meme.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 16 is Ezthe, or
17.
EZ for short.
17.
17 is what I said. 16, I wrote it next to 17. 16 is Gralen.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
13.
Well, it's like your lowest initiative ever.
I know.
I was just realizing, I need to squeeze something in at the top.
Nope, not this
Okay.
time.
13 is Jaden. Bird.
I didn't. I have to roll. I
Yeah.
have to roll for that.
I'm going to call her Volkyrie until you beat me.
Okay, call her Valkyrie for now.
No,
12, 13, 14.
hurts me.
14. Vulkerie. Or maybe KY.
Yeah.
Everybody likes KY.
Hmm.
Okay. Then, the bad guys. That's what I was looking up. Sorry, I almost forgot to roll their initiative. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, so these are small size creatures, and so they're quite a bit bigger than the ones that were up there,
Okay.
right? The ones that were up there were like decent sized pancake, right? Relatively small. These are like,
The pancakes you get that place.
well, it's more
Hollywood?
like a 11 by 17 sheet of paper, you know,
Okay.
like that size, right? A big construction paper sort of, and then they're, just bigger and wider, thicker, better in every
You're
way.
here. You're here.
Yeah, yep.
No, they're still not girthy.
But they are no, they're very flat. They're like manta rays biologically. They have little stingy hooks. These ones look much more pronounced than the little tiny ones.
So thank you.
And
don't
they
like
have
it.
little tentacle faces. So
I don't like it.
let's see what happens.
Not cool.
Before the fight starts, Grayla just goes, I just want to
I
sleep.
know.
This feels like the equivalent of like
We should have fast traveled out of here.
I could have went to the one I started to. It was like directly across the corner. I got tempted by the open door.
Anytime there's a
It worked.
swinging door.
Well, because I said what I said, and then you repeated it, and I was like, maybe he wants us to go in there.
He did.
I did, actually, yeah.
He did. It's just the difference is when Jason wants you to go somewhere, it's never going to end well for you.
No.
Okay.
No, but I'm a team player.
Finally, you don't all four get to, or all three of you, well, you're four with Valkyrie.
What did she get hit for? You said you beat the.
Well, yeah, we'll do that in a sec. So, okay, Ezthe, you're surprised.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So then, Gralen, what did you made?
16.
Okay, so you're not in the surprise round. So they actually got 16 as well, but heroes go before villains. All right, so they peel off, they launch, they're dive bombing towards Valkyrie, unless you do something about it. It's your turn.
Okay. I have. We leveled up.
Yeah.
I had 0 spell slots.
Oh, and you have a third level spell slot now.
Fourth.
A fourth level.
A second,
spell slot,
fourth
yes.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually have a spell slot to do a thing.
Fourth level Sacred Flame. Womp womp.
What I'm going to do. How many creatures are there?
6.
Okay. I am going to cast. I want this to end quickly. 4th level command.
Okay.
And I'm
So
gonna
3 targets. No, 4.
4 targets.
4 targets. Yeah.
And I'm gonna command 4 of them to grovel, just drop to the floor.
Does command require an intelligence score? Or
Creature
like
you can see
does it
within
say
range,
anything
the
about
target
it?
must succeed on a wisdom save. Choose a command from these.
Oh, never mind. They have sufficient intelligence score.
And it doesn't say that.
Okay. Yeah, there are certain things that are like
It must have it. at least-
Beast Friend has to be under 3 intelligence, or it has to be over this for, spoken word stuff, whatever. So, I need to make 4 saving throws.
Yep. You
Okay.
need to make 4 saving throws.
The wisdom save?
Wisdom saves.
Okay. And what's your DC?
17.
That's awfully high.
I know. I want this to be over. I want this to end.
Mhm.
It is the
Alright.
way.
That's a 4.
Yep. A 17.
Considerably lower than a 17. in fact.
15.
Still not it.
So another 15.
Still not it.
14.
So 4 of them drop to the floor and have to stay there until the end of their next turn.
Nice.
How about 16?
Still
I'm
not
gonna
it.
keep rolling. I'm grumpy.
We have 2 to do something with.
Yeah. Away all my toys. Okay, well, those 2 had already committed to an action of dive bombing Valkyrie, so they're going to make attack rolls against her.
Okay. So we're going to say like the halt affects them next turn.
Well, no, 4 of them are halted.
Oh, you mean the other 2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
All 6 were like going after her. 4 of them just went.
Gotcha.
So you said halt was their command.
No, I'm sorry, grovel.
Grovel.
The
Okay.
target has prone condition and then ends its turn.
Okay. So yeah, those 4 of them just drop flat on the ground, very flat. And then the other 2 dive bomb.
Bombed.
What's her AC?
10.
That's a 10,
Yep. Hits.
and that's a 13.
Hits.
Okay. So the first one does 7 damage.
She's already gone.
Okay. So she vanishes in a poof.
She goes poof.
Don't worry, everybody. Familiars are spirits that can be resummoned. They're just chased away for a moment.
Yeah, she'll be back.
They vanish into their Pokeball
Mhm.
and will return when we have a moment.
They're
Once,
fine.
once I find there's joy, everything will be fine.
Yeah. Everything's fine. You feel the little wishbone tick, like click back together in your pocket.
Perfect.
And she goes back to whence she came.
And the first one just like they didn't expect this to basically be an illusion, right? Like,
Right.
and the second one just plows into the floor. It goes brrr, that squeak noise off the smooth floor, and like the frisbee's up off the floor, heading towards you.
Okay.
Heading towards the door. Okay, that was on 16. 14 would be Valkyrie. 13, Jaden.
That's me. Let's see. Looking at my spells, like I'm not just gonna use Moonbeam.
This would be pretty crowded for Moonbeam.
It would be. How close are all of these exits together?
5 of them are very close. There's the 4 that groveled and the one that sort of like crashed or that like attacked Valkyrie, which sort of flopped on the ground they're all within like 5 feet of each other.
Okay.
And then there's one that has scooted away and is heading towards the door.
Okay. So there's 5 of them kind of clustered together, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do Ice Knife.
Ooh.
It's good.
Piercing cold.
Yeah. How
Love
many slots do I have? Okay. Let's do... We're gonna do a 3rd level Ice Knife.
Pause before you roll anything. I have to check in with you.
Okay.
Just go ahead and make whatever decisions, and then we'll have a conversation about it.
Okay. Higher level spell slot is
Oh,
okay.
there's my battery.
I was about to say, that's a battery noise.
Yeah. I've never heard that noise before.
I haven't heard that specific one, but it had the universal
Yeah.
like tone of
Did feel like
I
I
wanna
need
sleep
power.
now.
Feed me, yes.
sleeping now.
Feed Missy.
Within 5 feet. Okay.
Never heard this laptop make any noise before.
Okay, so am I rolling my spell to hit? Or
So I was just about to look up the answer to that question.
okay.
I think I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Will you do that while I'm waiting for my laptop to wake up again?
I do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the dice are mad at me today. Wait, no, that's okay. 15.
Okay. I will tell you something in a moment when my
Oh,
computer
good.
wakes back up.
You need me to look something up?
I don't want to give it away yet.
Oh, no, I thought this was like an ice knife thing.
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
This is a we're about to die thing.
Yeah, why would you need to make a con save? I don't like that.
I don't
No,
care for that
right?
either.
I don't like that. Hey, Jason,
Hmm?
have you thought about not?
But I want to win at Dungeons and Dragons.
That's not how
we
this
all
works.
can tell a good story.
Yeah.
Of course.
You don't win if you kill the hot elf. That's how you lose.
Okay.
Well, Backbreaker will kill you.
My soulmate could not be harmed. None of my soulmates can be harmed, for the record.
Besides, I need to see how far this name gets.
How many more
Yeah.
How many more titles?
titles I can get?
Captain, Professor,
Mm-hmm.
Major,
Yeah.
Brigadier, right? Like,
There's got to be more somewhere. We just got to find them.
one of them's going to be like super obscure.
There's a cult out there waiting for your return. Just
Yep.
know.
Definitely.
Okay. You got what on your concept?
15.
Okay. Yeah, you are, going through the motions of like conjuring ice knife, or you've got your quarterstaff, and you're like, all right, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
Boom. You got broken out. I don't know. Sorry. And as soon as you there's components to casting a spell, right? There
Right.
are, and I don't mean like the casting components, right? There's the okay, I need to summon some energy, and I need to arrange it, and I want it to be icy. You're sort of like building, sort of, this is a thing you know how to do.
Yeah.
And then the final component is a target,
Mm-hmm.
right? And as you're casting the spell, it almost felt like if you had rolled a tiny bit lower, if you've ever like gone to throw a ball and the ball fell out the back of your hand
Oh no.
and you just throw nothing,
Yeah.
right? Is almost, you're like, "Ugh," and you're able to grab it and continue throwing it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make what was your attack roll?
I didn't
Oh, okay.
make it yet.
Great. So you're attacking one of them, and then the others will take, or I guess all of them will take, the 5 of them will take AoE.
Yeah. Yeah, you pick one target, so whichever one's like in the middle of
Yeah,
the 5.
that's fine. Isn't it like 10 feet?
Come
radius or
on,
something?
dice. Oh wait, that's a 7. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. So +4. Right?
It's next to the, like, if you go back to here,
Back to the spells.
and then it's +7.
Oh, +7. Okay. So I got 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Yay!
So then there's initial damage, and then the AoE goes up.
Yeah, there's 1d10 piercing damage to the target.
Okay, let's roll that.
Okay. Three.
Okay.
And then
Exit 1 takes 3 damage.
the target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving
Oh.
throw
Okay.
or take 2d6 cold damage.
And what's your save DC?
My
Go back to the thing.
Oh.
And then at the top,
16?
15.
15.
15.
Okay. More than that. More than that. That one saves. And got doubles.
Take
Another
the red.
saves.
little flat fishy guy.
Okay. 2 of them saved, 3 did not.
Okay, so the 3 that did not are gonna take 4d6 cold damage because I cast it as a level 3 spell.
Okay.
Can you, and this is a genuine question, I'm not trying to, can they make dex saves if they're prone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not like hold person.
That's
or
like
anything.
what are you, like rolling? You're
Yeah,
rolling?
like I'm groveling. Oh god. Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
like, and I'm doing the worm. And
Yeah.
I'm doing the worm.
Quick roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so they take 12 cold damage.
Okay, the ones who failed.
Yes.
And do the other ones take half damage?
I think it's favor suck.
It doesn't say.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the main target and the second one are the ones that saved. Oh, wait, 3 of them saved.
2
No.
saved.
2 saved, yeah.
3
and the
didn't.
other 3 are gonna take 12. Exits 3 through 5 all took 12 damage from that, and exit 6 is the one that is careening towards the door at a very strange angle. Okay,
Okay.
Jaden, bonus or move action.
Let's see. Bonus.
Are you still in archer form?
I mean, I didn't turn it off.
Yeah, it just stays all day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's shoot a luminous arrow
Okay.
at whichever one seems the most injured.
Any of the 3, 4, 5, 6 the surrounding, although there is one that's coming near the door that is in motion.
There's one that's coming straight for us.
Oh, Ezthe's gonna smack that one.
Well,
It's-
that's probably true.
I do trust
As
Ezthe
they
to
gonna
smack
go
that
before
one.
they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I know Ezthe's got our back, so I'm gonna shoot one of the injured ones.
Okay. You just need to do 6 damage.
Oh my god, that's cocked.
Oh, you haven't hit yet. Sorry.
No. We're working on it.
Oh,
Okay, these dice are mad.
they're so mad.
That's 13.
To hit?
Yeah.
I'm afraid not. Sorry.
You're fired.
Didn't have to be a lot more than that, but it needed to be more
No. The dice are mad. I don't know what they're mad
than
about.
that. Okay. Shall we move on? I need everyone to have like an inch turn button. You know, like
Yeah,
in Baldur's
seriously.
Gate.
What did you want to move? I'm not gonna move. Like I purposely went in first because I'm still pretty healthy and I'm armored up, so I
You're
can take
kind of blocking the door. the bottom half of the door.
I am the person who should be in front, and
Yes.
also, as far as I'm aware, you put the things on my character sheet that you did, right?
No, I haven't made those changes in the thing yet, but you have the counterspell effect, right? Like that is in effect. I just haven't changed it in the thing.
No,
So-
I mean like when I took hits, or if I took hits, or anything like that.
Oh yeah. That
That
is
should all
all.
be current?
I'm pretty sure I kept.
I
it
am at
current.
full health.
Oh,
Great.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I thought you got hit in the library thing. I was trying to.
I don't think so.
Okay, no worries.
According to this, I have 74 hit points.
Yeah, that's probably me forgetting how many targets are there.
Ah,
I am gonna back up and move slightly out of the way so as they can get into the room.
well, yeah, knowing Ezthe's unhurt and yeah, I'll
Yeah, make a little space.
back up just a little
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
Just take a...
Ezthe, one's coming close. That one, you got that one.
Yeah, duck. Not a duck.
I am going to...
That's not what ducks look like.
I am tired. I'm tired.
Yeah,
And I want to go to bed.
it's been a long ass day. You had to fight books earlier.
That was just mean.
Mhm.
Like, emotional damage was taken.
So number 6 is coming right at you.
So I am going to activate my innate sorcery.
Mm.
And because like a child does when they're overly tired. I'm also
Break your toys.
Throw a tantrum.
throw a tantrum.
Which flavor of tantrum?
A vitriolic sphere flavored tantrum.
Okay. Is that is that part of chromatic?
I pointed a
Orb?
location within range, and a glowing 1-foot diameter ball of solid of acid streaks there and explodes into a 20-foot radius sphere.
Oh. That's the whole lab.
Oh, I thought we were in another room. That was the whole point of going in the
Yeah,
door.
no,
and then...
there is. But the labs are 20 by 20. That's 400. Wait, no. Yeah. 20 feet by 20 feet is 4 squares. Yeah, that's 400 square feet.
Great. So we're all in the doorway.
Yeah.
So if I throw it to the back of the...
Well, you
Lab.
do it in the middle is what I mean, and like get the whole lab. That's
Oh,
a good
okay,
thing.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not you're not
I mean,
endangering
it's
your
20
friends.
foot radius, not diameter, so I'm throwing it to the back.
Right, 20 for radius. It would hit the center of the room, not the parameter.
Yeah.
But they're all in the center, right?
Well, there's 5 of them in the center and 1 that's close to the door. So
Gotcha.
I gave him a little bonus movement for that. Is there a saving throw? What happens?
Dex saving throw.
Okay.
DC 16.
Okay. Exit 1. 7. That one is 15. What's your DC?
16.
Good thing you did innate sorcery.
Oh, did that raise your DC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That one is a dirty 20. Also high enough. That's 2 that saved. That's 3 that failed. Last one. Another save. Okay, so I got 3 saves and 3 fails. Is it half damage on a fail?
No. On a failed
success,
save, a creature takes 10d4 acid damage and
10d4?
another 5d4 acid at the end of its next turn. And then on a successful saves, the creature takes half the initial damage only, which is 5d4.
What level spell is this?
4.
Oh,
I said tantrum, I meant tantrum.
I see.
But
This is
these exits
awesome.
in particular.
Yeah, I mean, this encounter was not supposed to wipe the party. This is great, but
4.
it also feels like, whoosh, throw this ball of acid and just close the door.
That's kind of the idea. I
Yeah.
was like, I want to go to bed. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna have trouble surviving this.
Okay,
So the ones who succeeded take half damage?
half of the initial damage only, so they won't take the extra 5.
Okay, I don't think they're gonna survive.
So that's
For flavor,
5.
as I see Ezthe throw this, as soon as it enters,
So that's 13.
Gralen goes,
Number 13.
yeah, and pulls the door closed.
Yeah, you two are concurrent actions. I'm fine with that.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah. Close hole.
I like these new dice. These new dice dice are very nice to me. So that's 12, 13, 6 plus 16.
Okay, that is
29 damage on all the ones who failed their save.
And 15 on the
And-
ones who saved.
I thought we were rounding down, so 14 on the
Yeah,
ones who
before.
saved.
Oh, 14. Yeah.
14 on the ones who saved.
Okay. This was a no save.
And then
So that's 29. Dead. These 3 were the saves. Oh, but these 3 already have 12 damage on them.
Yay.
So they take 14.
Yeah.
All right. I have GM advice for people, right? I want you all to hear this. These guys have taken 12 damage. They're supposed to take 14 more damage from the big ball of acid that is a fun cinematic thing that everyone's enjoying. That would leave these 3 Ixits with 2 hit points each. Don't do that. Just kill them.
Wait, so that's the 2 that survived are also the ones who succeeded on their save?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I can put these away.
Yeah. And then but what I'm saying is none of them survived, right? I'm not going to leave them there with 2 hit points. They're covered in acid. The whole place is
Everything is covered in acid.
yeah. It's done. They're done in there.
They're half frozen.
Yeah. We'll just slide that shut. Maybe hit like a little cold on the door to freeze it. Because the other problem is it wouldn't stay shut before. I mean, it moves a lot better now. There's just like slooshing, like, oh, the acid really freed that up. Like you almost tear the door off the hinges.
And I can like imagine Ezthe throwing a tantrum where it's like the acid goes in and blows up, and then Gralen slides it closed, and that's like, but I had more damage. She's like, no,
Look,
Like,
look, it's so. You did it. You already did. You already did.
I'm not gonna apologize or make excuses for Johnny Mnemonic, but Keanu Reeves standing on a mountain of garbage shouting, "I want room service," is what comes to mind.
That's
There-
the mood.
There
Yes.
is, there is a lot of that in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Just what happens when you leave someone with exactly like. I was like, okay, I've got a level 3 and a level. Oh.
Yeah. I love it.
Obliterate.
That was awesome.
Okay, my choice was bad. Oh, Captain, my Captain, please find us a bed.
Perhaps not that lab.
Yeah, no, we found two
Yeah, that one
two
needs
bad
some
ones.
time to cool off.
Yeah.
Two bad ones. 50-50 shot. Come on, Captain,
Let's
you got
try
this.
the next door, I guess.
Okay. So the one catty corner that Gralen was saying we should
Yes, the one you originally picked.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's try it.
check? All right.
But because you said so, if it's my pick, it'll be bad again.
Oh, no,
I'm going first this time.
You picked it first.
I know.
let's listen at the door first.
Yes.
Don't open it.
No one is opening anything else until it's time to go to bed.
Okay. Do you want to make an investigation check?
Guidance.
No one wants to.
Okay.
Can I make a
guidance, add
survival
D4.
check?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Guidance.
Make your survival check with advantage.
Okay.
And guidance.
You can't cast guidance on 2 people.
I changed my mind when if they do this.
Oh.
Ouch.
You offered. I offered. Then
Wait,
you
what is
did-
it?
I was
What
going
does
to
guidance
do the
give me?
thing. I had
What is
pulled
that?
out a D4.
D4.
Okay.
Add a D4.
What'd you get? I say.
I didn't roll because of
Okay.
the take backsies of everything.
Okay.
I can.
It was hurtful. It was hurtful.
I'm sorry. I just want to go to bed.
A 7 is 25.
Oh my.
I'm useless.
There are lions in there and tigers and
Listen,
bears.
he's
Yeah.
not super smart, but there's a reason he's still alive.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. I want Ezthe's roll first.
Oh, okay.
And add the D4 from the DM. DM's guidance.
Fine. Apparently,
I can give now.
it doesn't matter. There's no guidance.
I don't need the
There's no
concept.
guidance.
Oh,
that
no.
will do anything.
No? Okay.
Oh.
That was a 6.
Okay, so, I mean, with that bad roll, I'm going to say you accidentally open the door.
Well,
And-
the 6 was guidance, so it could be up to a 10.
And there's nothing in there. It is,
Nothing in a good way?
yeah, I mean, all the tables are empty. Nothing's tipped over. It's the lights sort of flicker on, like half of the chandelier lights, the flames like gutter to life, little magical flames, and but otherwise there's nothing in there. Now, You quickly check the other lab, same experience. You open it up, and you can see now, like, where the other lab, like, what must have gone wrong is, like, each one has, like, a steam pipe that it helps provide heat for experiments and stuff, right? Or whatever it is you're working on. And so that must have gotten cracked and they came down through it maybe or something, and then they latched onto it. Who knows? We might not get to investigate that other lab. Or if we do, there's not much in there. Hope they didn't have any loot. No, it's okay. Magic items would be fine.
And that's the only important thing in life.
Yep. However, these two rooms are empty. There
Yay.
is all of the lab equipment was pulled into here. It's also important to note, like, there's all of Barnabas's notes and drawings and schematics and like practice rituals and all kinds of stuff there. But there's no like, he didn't like drag a mattress in here. There's no like living area. Right? And this is the thing that occurs to you, Jaden. And you remember, like, because you're kind of like standing in the middle of the X, right? In the middle of the intersection, watching as they like inspect these other labs.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, good, that's clear. But something doesn't feel right. Like, what? We wouldn't have slept in the labs.
No.
And you recall that there is a living space below. And if you simply summon the permanently installed unseen servants, they can help you get there.
Oh.
And there's just a gesture you have to make in the air and have permission to make that gesture. And you have permission to make that gesture, unless Barnabas has revoked it.
But he seemed all happy at first to see him, so...
Yeah.
Would you like to summon the unseen servants?
Yes, after reading his notes to make sure he wasn't doing anything weird before he got partially ceremorphosed.
There's a lot of notes.
Oh.
If we want to get to a long rest, I mean, that's like hours of reading.
Okay.
Are you telling us any of this, or are you making a decision on your own?
I am going to say Jaden is standing head cocked staring at the ceiling in the X. Is that okay?
Yeah, he's got his thinking face on.
What's up?
So, there's no sleeping areas in here. There are living quarters that I remember. And I think, yes, unseen servants that can help us get there. I just
Let's
have
go there.
to summon
We're going
them.
there. Please summon them. Let's go.
But
It,
we can just sleep.
we
There's no risk. We can just sleep.
We're not sleeping in the horrible... No.
Can I also have somewhere to sleep? He's like pokes his head out of the lab.
We're not sleeping in this bad vibes.
This goes wrong. Okay. All right, friends. Sure.
I want to
Sure.
sleep somewhere comfy.
I just want to sleep.
Makes the gesture.
Okay. There is a swirl of
You're talking about comfort to somebody who doesn't like regularly sleeps in uncomfortable positions.
I want to sleep somewhere comfy.
and we get a swirl with there's like a little bit of a it sounds like the swell of the song at the start of a musical. Just for a moment, there's like tinkling bells and brass, and the strings are warming up, and then there are 4 ghostly servants, right? They're like from the waist up, spectral apparitions of like, there's a man in a tuxedo, there's a woman in a tuxedo, and there is a chef whose gender is undetermined, that uses they, them, and there is, what other servant? Probably
A candlestick.
a human-sized candlestick. No,
Chauffeur?
yeah, that's somebody who is clearly works in the kennels for some reason. Is like, and again, they're only from the waist up, right?
Like
And
a
they're
groundskeeper? Or
yeah, it seems like groundskeeper, right? Like has a spectral rake, and hair is akimbo, like who knows?
Has a hoe?
Yeah,
Carrying a hoe?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is carrying me? I had no idea.
Where the hose at? Here. I brought one. So yeah, these four arrive, and the woman in the tuxedo says, "Oh my goodness, Professor Bluestone, it's so lovely to see you." Now, her voice has this like terrifying ghostly quality
Yeah,
of
good.
like a reverse echo of like she had already spoken the words and they're going back into her mouth.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
She has a does anybody here watch Top Chef?
I have before.
Okay, Kristen, the new
Oh,
host
yes.
of Top Chef.
Yes. I follow her on
Yeah.
Instagram.
What's her last name? Yeah, okay.
It also starts with a K.
Yeah. I'm gonna look her up real quick. So we have a fan cast because she is the head butler. Kristen Top Chef. Kristen Kish.
Hey, I was right about that.
Yeah, is in a very like tight-fitting tuxedo. She is. Well, it's hard to tell how tall she should be. Her head is like floating at about 5'10" range,
Okay.
and with a little bit of give either way, right? Yeah, dark hair. And the four of them, the three, they had sort of appeared in the four corners of this intersection, right? And the three sort of align themselves behind her. And this is M. Let's see. I mean, rather than Mr. or Miss.
Mix.
Yeah, well, the butler uses she/her pronouns,
Hmm.
but I didn't want to call her Mrs. something. I wanted to,
Wow.
yeah.
Mistress is right
Oh yeah.
Madam?
Yeah, Madam is good.
there. I feel like you're gonna mistress, but madam's
I'm very old. Okay.
Mademoiselle.
Mistress Venn. V-E-N. Mistress Venn is
We could just go with one for everyone, and it could be mixtress.
mistress. Yeah, all right. Sure. I like that.
I like to make up honorifics
Yeah.
because I feel like the traditional honorifics suck.
Yeah, they do. Not very gender friendly at all. Okay, so then says, Professor Bluestone, it's so nice to have you back. And that sounds like a threat coming out of her mouth. She's not like, if you're objectively watching this, you're like, okay, that was a normal thing to say. It just feels
Ominous.
yeah, like there are chills. And then she smiles, and you're like, well, you don't have to. Kristen Kish is this rail, like tall, thin woman who has, if you wanted to take a human being and draw a banshee, right, you could start with
Ooh.
Kristen Kish.
I like it.
And,
Curious.
you should look her up. But also just a really great personality on Instagram, very funny person.
She makes good content.
Yes.
And if
yeah.
you aren't on the gram, I'm sure that you can find them.
And infuriatingly,
Christmas.
I'm just looking at her picture, and this thing says she's 41 years old, and I'm like, outrageous.
Oh. I'm here for it. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
I actually found her when I was looking for haircut inspiration.
Oh, yeah. She has great hair. Just very stylish, very, her wife is super cool. She's like a sports lady something. I don't know her very well, but anyway.
Rail thin
Yeah.
was, you said it.
It's important. She's even talked about this. Like, people have asked if she's okay, like eating disorder, because it's just that is her body type. That's all body types are valid.
Yeah.
So she welcomes you aggressively.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Professor Bluestone. Your quarters are ready.
Excellent.
I feel like there's like implied judgment.
My companions and I are very tired.
How did they know to ready multiple quarters?
We've been making a lot of noise
Now,
up here.
to be clear, Ven said your quarters are ready to Professor
Okay.
Bluestone.
Okay, I
Yes.
was like,
Do we have accommodations ready for my guests?
How many of the, like, she kind of like narrows her eyes, visiting professors will we accommodate?
Well, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us.
Okay, so there's
Wait.
you two, and then Cynic,
Right.
Yes.
because Brutus is away.
And then
Right.
Brutus is away.
Major
Zora-
General Backbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, Backbreaker.
Zora
Oh my god, I
goes.
totally forgot about Zora.
Backbreaker's probably
Yes.
gonna be.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I left her out of the scene so far. But anyway,
That's okay.
she's been here very quiet and rolled very poorly on initiative and hasn't gotten to do anything. So,
She was keeping eye over the newly resurrected.
oh
Oh, we
yeah,
were looking
she
for
was
something.
helping out
Sure.
Cynic.
Helping
Yeah.
Cynic out because
Yeah.
like the transition between like not just dead and not dead, but also like has your life back.
Right, and she is an agent of the embassy, right? Of the
Right.
Shadow Embassy.
Yeah.
So, she is equipped to be. Yeah, I think she has like a disturbing. I'm sure you all have friends who have a customer service voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a little code switch moment talking to this guy who's just back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, just way friendlier than you're used to. Like her normal is just like her resting face. People are not sure whether she's mad at them.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Your face could look like however you want, but she looks kind of mad, just neutral. So
Resting badass face.
yeah, it's that. But she like, click, like turns it on and is helping him, like being very gentle, soft voice, like what about this garment? That's clearly his, like just going through things, and then it's helping him fold. Like they're just folding clothes in there. Oh,
Great.
breaks my heart.
Oh, buddy.
Whatever you need.
So, yes, we'll need 3 additional rooms.
Very good. Well, if you'd like to come with us now, or shall we come for you later?
Now would be ideal.
Sorry. Or shall we come for you later? What?
Now would be good.
Of course. She chuckles. The sound like her tinkling broken glass.
Mildly terrifying.
Jaden, is everything all right between you two?
That's a great question.
Okay.
Did you whisper that?
Mm-hmm.
Then looks at you. Like turns and pointedly tips her head down because she's floating at the 5'10" height. And says, "Welcome to the Athenaeum." And then all of you, so the 5 of you right now, find yourself on a different floor. It just blink and you're somewhere else. Okay?
Okay.
There is well, I'll just say, Jaden, you're still in the Athenaeum.
Okay.
All right. And you are in a ostensibly round space. It's probably like it's round, but it's like there are 12 flat walls, right? Like that's almost a round shape. In a big open space that is part like right in the middle of the open space is a full-on like little mini kitchen and bar, right? And on either side of that are 2 actual bars that you could sit at. There are a few tables scattered around. It looks sort of like a really high-end cafeteria, right? Like it's not a get your tray and go along the thing kind of cafeteria. It's like, the upper echelon of like Oxford PhD students, and the like space they get to eat in kind of thing, right? It's all fine, dark, polished wood. Well, how would Jaden decorate? Because also Barnabas was weighing in and balancing Jaden a little bit. So Where did they have to agree?
Yeah, I think Barnabas's influence is the more like dark academia looking
Yep.
stuff. Anything that looks like too shiny or like fancy, iridescent, like
All the velvet drapes.
all the velvet drapery.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Like he wanted these, really fine, wooden armchair, but padded. They're like cushion padded, comfy
Yeah.
chairs. And at some point you had said like, well, can I pick the upholstery? And he's like, yeah, whatever. And this was when he learned.
Yeah, he was gonna pick like a nice sedate like leather.
Yeah.
And Jaden picked like a burnout velvet with like a damask pattern, but it's
Yeah.
got gold threads in it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
there-
the overall vibe.
Is there a couch in
Um,
this immediate vicinity?
Yeah, actually, yeah. There's a lot of like
Clunk.
right over on
Clunk.
the edge of thing. Yeah,
Clunk.
yeah.
Clunk.
Taking the armor off. Okay.
And it just lays out on the couch and passes out.
Okay. Yeah, there's some seating areas along the edge of the room, right? And they brought you in not in the center because that's where the kitchen is. And it's like a fancy island kitchen that clearly you want to show off your chef, right? Like this is why you would make this. Like, oh, look how cool this is. So everyone could sit and watch the chef cook if that's what's happening. But you're brought in one side of the room, and Venn does not even look at him, and like pointedly like moves Gralen out of her field of vision. Like
Rude.
turns her head to address those of you who have not disrobed and honked out on a couch.
Listen,
Like
I
she's
cast
never
a
seen
9th
Jaden
level
do
spell
this.
today, on top of doing all my other spell slots.
Yep.
I am sort of in the world of the weave and the arcana. I am exhausted.
Well, Professor Bluestone, obviously your rooms are there.
Thank you.
The guest rooms, we have opened rooms. Can you give me some constellations?
Ooh,
Just 4 constellation names.
from yes, hold one, please. It's in my Dropbox.
Yeah,
my
I'll
little
jot it down
horoscope-
in the notes.
My horoscope chart.
She's
Oh,
gonna-
I'm gonna have to
she's
re-roll
gonna-
my
or
horoscope
They're
chart
gonna
too.
hate me.
Horoscope generator chart. Okay. Constellations. The Centaur.
Hold on 1 second. How many constellations do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4. 12.
Perfect. So there are 12 guest professor quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And they are all these constellations.
The least used dice can have its time.
The D12.
Perfect.
Okay, this is the wrong Google account to be looking for them. That's
10?
why my
10?
game
Okay.
documents aren't in there.
No, not again.
I want to look at my
Seriously?
school homework
What are the
right
odds on
now.
this? What am I in get wrong? Okay, 4.
4. Okay.
Oh yeah, we could just roll off
And
of it. That's
2.
fine.
10, 4, and 2?
Yeah.
You wanted how many?
4.
4. One more.
And no. 5.
Okay.
Also, can I say I had to roll? I got 4 10s in a row. At the beginning of that.
That's great.
Playing Baldur's Gate earlier on
5.
separate rolls. I rolled 5 1s in a row.
That's insane.
Okay.
I
Okay.
went through like 4 sets of inspiration and rolled the same thing on the first 3 of them.
That's annoying.
I was like, this is.
And that's what the
Shouldn't
pity
be
counter
allowed.
on. Like, it's supposed to, like, when you roll a number of bad rolls, it's supposed to bias the roll a
I
little
turned
bit.
it off.
Don't do that.
Really?
Yeah, the way that random numbers are generated in a game like that is
Uh-huh.
that's you just allow it.
Okay.
It doesn't look if it doesn't invalidate an honor mode run,
Mhm.
leave it on.
Okay.
All right.
And it's also like because of the way that, from what I understand, not understanding the math of it, but understanding like what people have said about the code of it, because it'll bias itself. Like it just what that does is like normalize it.
Yeah.
It brings it back up to center because for whatever reason the code actually biases it to
Yeah.
the lower end. I don't know why.
I knew none of that.
Well,
I
it's-
don't know. I don't
I
understand
read the description
how,
and was like, oh,
I
that
don't
seems like
understand
cheating.
No, it's not cheating. It's a component of random number generation and observation placement bias. So yeah, it's just leave it on.
Turns it off very early in the starting to play the game.
No.
I've been doing this for a while now.
You deserve nice things.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so which rooms do we have?
Okay, so one of these is mine, right?
No,
No,
this is separate.
These are separate ones.
Yeah, there's your room, and you now know Barnabas's room is directly opposite
Okay.
your rooms.
So one of them is the Dragon of Dawn.
Dragon of Dawn.
It's a constellation. For Corellian. To the Woman Warrior. And the last constellation is the Shard of Selûne.
I'm guessing that one's yours.
No, none of these are mine.
Oh,
Yeah. No, Jaden stays in Professor Bluestone's rooms.
there's a room called the Shard of Selûne. Okay, well, it's not yours. It has to be Ezthe's.
If the name fits.
It does. It does.
Oh, it's my birth side.
Okay, so Ezthe is taking the Shard of Selûne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put Brutus and the Woman Warrior. Because why not? I mean, I'll say Zorag doesn't want her own room.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But like, you can't just assume.
no, exactly. Like, but I mean, it is that moment. Of, like, Venn probably looked at Zorag. You know, which
And then
is like-
Zorag looks at Jaden.
yeah, looks at like it's like listing off which rooms were prepared,
Mhm.
right? All right, and we'll say Scenic gets Corellian, and then you can have the Dragon of Dawn. Or do you want Corellian?
Oh, I don't care either way.
Oh, actually, Venn does not address you or tell anybody which room is yours.
Oh, perfect.
So
So just
So you
whichever.
are you just gonna wake up in a different room?
No, I'm probably gonna wake up on the couch. Maybe if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll go to a room. Otherwise, I'm great and
Alright.
tired.
Are you going to wake up at the
Oh.
or is this passive aggressive butler gonna put you in a room?
I don't. As long as I get to sleep, Vin can do what Vin wants.
We'll get to that in a second. So the Dragon of Dawn is currently unoccupied. You know, probably, what, are you excited to open a room and, like, see what, like, is this a fun thing for you? Or you're just like, I don't care, I'm going to go to bed.
No, I'm very excited.
Oh,
This
okay.
has reinvigorated me. I will say that probably halfway through the night, after y'all have had time to y'all have had personal time, which I understand is the thing other people want. Ezthe is going to end up in your room.
Yeah, like, come in to talk about something and then sit on the bed and then
Mhm.
lay down on the bed and then, yes.
Yes. Because also,
Have the,
emotional damage has happened, and
Yeah.
Ezthe have had, is still in the throes of being triggered about being thrown away.
Yeah.
has the throuple hooked up yet? Or not yet?
Not.
It didn't
No,
seem
'cause
like
we
it had
haven't had
happened
time
yet.
on the ship.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I'm
So-
missing my buddy Brutus. I'm not sleeping under the stars on the deck of the ship anymore.
Well, we haven't slept on the deck of the ship yet.
Okay. Ezthe, very excited. Your room is like on the way. It's right next door to Bluestone's rooms. And you open it up and it's this beautiful, this like lush, it's all like red and gold upholstery and 4-poster bed and beautiful marble basin and a bathtub and but it's essentially like one big room, right, with like a fold screen in front of the bathtub and there's like some privacy accommodation, but it's like a really big studio apartment, all right, like maybe 800 square feet, right? That's a pretty big space. It's not a square, it's like a sort of rectangle. It just is a really nice space. So it is very fancy. It has a number of floating, they're not really candles, they're just little orbs, right, that you can sort of move, or like, here, you go there, and they'll just turn off when you want them to turn off, or, some of them or all of them or whatever. like as soon as you step foot into the room, you know, like, oh, I have control of the lights. I have control of whether there's water in the tub or the basin. Like I can, like, just mentally command the room, and it is. Well, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe the most plush environment Ezthe has ever slept in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
It's so fancy.
Yeah, Brutus finds similar accommodation. Oh no, Brutus isn't here right
Brutus
now,
isn't
but
here.
we have reserved a room for him.
Yeah.
Cynic, I think, is still a little shell shocked and probably like just bathes and goes to bed and is like, I'll think about things in the morning.
Yeah.
The entrance to your room, Bluestone, is outrageous.
Of course it is.
You go to open the door, and the illusion of the door dissolves into the hanging beads.
Oh.
Are they all blue stones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I on target?
Yeah.
I can hear the doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes like a tinkling sound though, like a magical one in addition to like the bead noise.
Yeah.
So they
I
are
can feel
door
it. I
beads,
can,
but they
like-
sound like wind chimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then echoing a little bit for no reason.
Well, yeah.
Viscerally feel this right now in my skin.
Like how the
It
beaded
smells like
curt-
glitter.
Yeah, like how
Oh.
it would probably sound if you were like on mushrooms in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this you have an entryway
Uh-huh.
with this long like red like roll out Persian carpet, sort of, you know, all these like beautiful designs in it, and it's this plush, you know, it's not like a thick carpet, it's a rug, right? But it's this just gorgeous design. And there are hardwood panels, you know, it's like hardwood walls, beautiful dark wood, but almost every inch is covered with tapestries and paintings, and most of them you're like, oh yeah, that painting, and they're like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from? You know, there's a whole mix of things like that.
Yeah.
Right? But you actually have like, there is a bathroom separate, there is a living room, there
Okay.
is a bedroom, right? There's like, it's like an apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, you have a kitchen, you have like a whole living space here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a mirror on the ceiling? Question number one.
I'm gonna let you answer that.
Oh, that's probably a yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a nude painting of Jaden somewhere?
Please.
Is
Both of
it?
those feel true to me.
Is it? I feel like the nude painting of Jaden is either above the headboard
Right, that's what I
or
was thinking.
directly across from
I think
the bed.
across from the bed, like over the dressing table, you know, like where you could see it from bed.
Captain Morgan.
Or the sort of tasteful Jeff Goldblum, like, you know, yeah. I don't know. You decide.
I feel like it's gotta be like, it looks like if you crossed a royal portrait with one of those like pre-Raphaelite nymph paintings where
Sure.
there's like,
It's sort of like draped.
yeah,
over
there's
a-
like flowers in front of strategic places.
Right.
And... yeah, that.
I love this.
Yeah.
Thank you for that suggestion.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
That was perfect.
Jaden brought me into a world, and I was like, I know what this would look like.
Yep.
Yeah. As you enter, several incense burners pop
Naturally.
on. The lights are, you know, sort of following you around and like immediately go to this sort of like soft purple lighting. You know, just adjusting themselves to. And if you're thinking like, oh, that's too soft, and then like brighten up a little. It's just they respond to
Huh.
what you want the room to be.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a space that you hand designed hundreds of years ago.
Huh.
You've
Now-
said a lot of like really magical shit that I can just stay in fantasy world on. Lights that adjust to your individual desires in the moment. Oh, if I can have that in real life. You like hit the point of like, oh, I want that shit.
All right, that's good.
Wake up in the morning, it's just like a soft light while your eyes are still
Look,
adjusting.
this is the shit I think about, like how I would use D&D magic. I want a wand of mending,
Yep.
right? I want light. I want dancing lights. I want, you know, like I want to live in my own little LED rave.
Yeah.
And,
You hit the point of like, why
Why doesn't that
is that a
exist?
thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
I need you to make history check with advantage.
Okay.
And you can add your wisdom stat.
Great. I love that.
With guidance, you
Oh my god. I rolled all 3 on the dice.
Oops, all three.
Oops, all 3. Okay, but we're adding my wisdom. Oh,
Can you get to 10 with that?
Yeah.
So it's 6 plus your wisdom bonus.
Oh wait, it is exactly 10.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just DC 10 for this. Because this is like,
Whew, just made it.
remembering parts of your life sometimes have higher DCs, but you are currently in the spot I want you to remember something about.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
as you walk into the bedroom to maybe set things down, think about running water, whatever. Oh, also, the man in the tuxedo who has not said anything,
Mhm.
continues not saying anything, but follows in and waits, like follows you into the bed, like you and Zora go into the bedroom and you're like, awesome, right?
Okay.
Is standing there and somehow you know wants to know, like, do you want him to run a bath? Do you want him to make tea? Do you want him to, like, is he supposed to do something right now? Or
Oh,
You have a
okay.
bullet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
you can't remember his name.
Great. Yes. You know what? A bath does sound lovely.
He nods silently and goes to start well, actually, he just sort of like drifts towards the bathtub and it starts filling up.
Awesome.
Not with blood.
Good. Yeah.
Or ectoplasm.
Why would that happen?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and by the way, there's no faucet. It's just the bottom of the tub just has water in it.
Oh,
It's like,
neat.
and it just fills up
Cool.
to a temperature that you find appropriate. And at some point you realize, like, he's waiting for you to tell him it's okay to go.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
You're like, I want to take my clothes off now and probably have sex, and like,
Yeah.
you're dismissed.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, and then he just turns and goes not towards the door, but straight through the wall, which is the shortest path to the
Mhm.
rest of the facility.
Not unnerving at all. Great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And while he's doing that, and, you know, Zorg's kind of like setting some stuff down and like taking the outer layer of armor off, just like getting a little more comfortable. And you walk over to the side of the bed and you're like, huh. And you stoop down, reach under the bed, and find the false floorboard
Oh,
you know is under there.
cool.
The thing that you didn't roll high enough to get, but is high enough to be in the back of your head,
Mm-hmm.
why did you have a secret hideaway
That's a great
that
question.
Barnabas didn't know about?
Mm-hmm.
But you have a secret hideaway that Barnabas didn't know about.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't need to sleep as much as other people. I would like to look in that once Zora gets asleep.
Okay? All right, we'll come back
I don't
to
know
that.
what's in there.
We'll come back to that. Ezthe, is there anything you require in your room?
I think that Ezthe is now, like, has gone around and, like, played with all the things.
There's a lot of tassels.
No, that's me as Pooja as a person.
Oh, okay.
Because I am a human cat.
Yeah.
But like, made the lights all change color, juggled the orbs for a little
Sure,
while,
yeah.
done all the things, like, taken a bath because, wow.
There's a bath. Yeah. It's perfect
a-
temperature.
There's a bath. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And then it has this moment, like, is in this moment of, like, do I want to, I want to go, don't want to be alone. Don't actually like being alone. But I know that, like, lots of people don't actually appreciate when you go over there.
Oh, like
When you haven't talked with them
unannounced.
first.
Yeah.
And Jaden's not normally, but also this is new for
Mm.
him
hmm
and Zorug. And we'll be together again once we get to the ship, if we ever get back to the ship. Assuming we go back to the ship. And so instead of going over there, even though I really want to go over there,
To Jaden's rooms.
yes, I'm going to make myself start arranging things. So I have like a giant body pillow out of the bedding and the pillows that are there.
Oh.
Okay.
Like,
Love it.
because I'm gonna make 2 body pillows.
2 body pillows. Okay.
And that way I can like wedge myself in between them.
I'm sorry to ask this. Is there anyone you're thinking of as you're making these body pillows?
I feel like, when Ezthe was a kid and didn't want to be alone at night, and something had happened during the day, especially if something had happened during the day, which it often did with Ezthe, that they would crawl into bed, like, in between their parents.
Oh, okay.
And get, like,
A hug.
like,
yeah.
it was like a little, like, safe little cocoon
Yeah.
in between 2 people who, like, despite everything, did love them then.
I'm very sorry, but the magic in the room shapes the body pillows into plush replicas of your parents. They're not animate or anything, but
Okay, good.
yeah. But like when the room figured out what you were trying to do, it was like, oh, I can make pillows the shape of your parents. Sure. That's not a weird thing to ask for. It doesn't actually talk to you, but it's, yeah.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
And it's like, not the top of the weirdest things that have happened today. Or in the last week.
It's true.
And so, as they crawls into bed in between pillow parents.
I need a... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna switch to something else. So I don't
Oh, I was gonna say, and like, it just whispers, like, I miss you.
A soft voice from the desk whispers, "It sounds like you want to send a message to your parent. Can I help?"
Not magical Clippy.
I'm not kidding.
It looks like you're trying to send a message.
And it's
Hi,
like
Mom.
whispering because it's like,
Hi,
yeah.
Mom. Hi, Dad. Actually, I think I had established a race. Gotta start over. Hi, Dads.
Oh, right, yeah.
Everything's great. I'm having a lot of fun at the circus. People love my show.
That's true.
Love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay. You just hear the soft scribbling, and it drifts over to where you're laying down. The paper like wafts over. It is in your handwriting.
Oh, I was hoping it would be better than what I wrote.
And it just sort of waits for you to approve it, and then whoosh, it's gone. I need a consensus on something. I know I find, like, if I doze off for a couple minutes and wake up, it's, like, not a big deal, right? Or if you sleep all night. Like, I personally, if I get a good amount of sleep, when I wake up in the morning, I'm kind of a morning person. I'm sorry, I know that's irritating. But there's an amount of time where if I take a nap and I wake up at the wrong part of the nap, the world is upside down and inside out. I don't know where I am or who I am or what has ever happened in my life.
If I take a nap, if I sleep anything less than, say, an hour and a half to 2 hours,
Yeah.
closer to the 2 hour mark, I wake up overheated, furious, and for a few minutes I'm like, what is the world? What is happening? And then I'm like super, every time I wake up like I'm almost sweating.
Yeah. It's so disorienting.
And so
Do Do you know what you're angry about when you come out of that? Or it's just like raw,
Just
pure
really-
anger?
Yeah, like
Untyped.
the angriest. Some of my angriest times in life are prematurely waking up from naps.
Okay.
Like people are like, "Oh, we have our lunches. Go take a nap," and I'm like, "You don't want to know me after a short
No.
nap. Like this is a bad."
Okay.
idea.
Sam, have you had this experience?
I have, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about how much time do you think it is?
Probably like 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Under that. All right. Have you ever had this experience?
Oh, so I've been kind of cringing over here, dreading being the oddball in the room.
That's okay. I'm not trying to single anyone out. I'm just like,
I was an insomniac
okay.
for the first 20 plus years of my life.
Okay.
And so for a long time, like easily from middle school through college and a little bit longer until I started training myself out of it, 3 to 4 hours was sleep.
Yeah.
Like that was a night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had that experience, but not regularly. And even to this day, the benefits of having lived like that for so long is that any
You're a
amount
little
of sleep
immunized.
feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But you've had the like disorienting wake up.
so the worst of it is back when I was an insomniac,
Yeah.
because your body actually isn't good. You just learn to function
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
And so
I have occasional bouts of insomnia, not as chronic as that, but like
So-
this week, for instance.
Yeah. So after a while,
I'm fine.
You are fine. You're functional with minimal sleep,
Yeah.
and then you crash.
Yeah.
And on those crash days, if you wake me up, I don't even like. I wake up in a state of like, I don't. What day is it? What
Okay.
time of day is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? Yeah. But that's usually like. So like obviously you need at least 30 minutes, otherwise you're not even in REM.
Yeah.
But like anywhere from an hour and a half to like that 3-4 hour mark
Yeah.
in that zone. Yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
Wildly, this is the thing. Sorry to interrupt, but
No.
like, I know that like technically it's like, oh, okay, you don't get into REM until, but like, there are times when I go to, like, it's either lay down and I think I'm just gonna read for a bit, or I think I'm just gonna like watch something, and I go to sleep, and like immediately start dreaming, like half awake dreaming, and then I'm
That's the word.
dreaming, and then I wake back up, all within 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
not enough to like be fully asleep, but enough to have the start of a dream.
Cool.
Almost
I mean-
always nightmares.
I'll
good.
deep dive into the rest of this. We can talk about this.
Well, yeah. I don't want to get
Your
too off
mind,
topic
your
here.
mind and your body are on two different loops on that. They can get out of sync, and that's how you have
Yeah.
sleep paralysis. Also,
Yeah,
fatal
that's
victim of that.
Same.
that's a
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
God.
not
I
had that, and
never- I
that's,
never want to
that
have
like
that.
gives
That
me
seems like
nightmare.
Yeah.
Every time I went to sleep for a minute.
Every
Oh,
god.
Because what happens if you get insomnia, your body can get out of
Yeah.
whack,
Yeah.
and then you'll have it because your mind and your body just aren't syncing up.
Yeah.
And you're just out of line until you.
Yeah. I used to have, if I got woken up suddenly, like if Fenris needed to go out in the middle of the night, if I got woken up suddenly, I would still be dreaming while I was walking around. It's like you see the reality and then you also see the dream
Yeah.
at the same time. Yikes.
Okay.
Worst.
So, we, the audience, see Venn. And Venn is going around, like, the whole living area is spotless. There's no dust down here. I'm going to say down here. So, spoiler, you're downstairs from where you were.
You said that earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Venn is sort of going around, like, gesturing at things, and little poofs of dust go away, and little things like that. Just a prestidigitation machine. And we see her in time lapse watching one of the big clocks on the wall. Watches it go an hour. And eventually she just stops pretending to work and stares at the clock. And when it gets to about an hour and 45 minutes from when everyone went to their room, she looks at Gralen to check that his breathing has slowed, that his pulse has slowed, that he has entered deep sleep, and comes and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Longstamp. You are not permitted to sleep in the common area." just shards of glass grating against each other, voice. Your room, the Dragon of Dawn, is prepared for you.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And now that actually sounds true, which is so upsetting.
And Gralen, no one's here to see it, but like
I dare you to flip her off behind her back.
earlier you saw Gralen hurt, right? There was that like, I can't believe this happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is Gralen pissed off,
Yeah.
like just like a 4-foot temper tantrum. And no, I don't flip her off because I don't think Gralen is Gralen's not that bold or rude, so I wouldn't do anything where he would perceive himself like it's actively doing it.
Yeah.
But definitely like under my breath as I'm entering when I think I'm far enough, and I hope I am. We can roll for it or not, whatever. Just like, fuck, I was just fucking sleepy, just tired. Just fucking let me sleep. Oh, fuck. Like a 4-foot ball of anger as I walk into the room. Yeah.
Yeah, and the room adjusts to what you want it to be. It is.
And here's the thing. This is where, again, like, Gralen is also the oddball in this, right? Like, Gralen has never slept in luxury, right? He went from, like, forest to being kind of held captive to being in a church. God knows that's not comfortable.
Yeah.
To, like, with us, and we are largely on the move. So, like, I have no desire. Gralen has no desire for luxury or anything like that. So I imagine as Gralen comes in, it's just like...
Oh, by the way, and the items in the room size themselves to be
Perfect.
appropriate.
Perfect. I think, as a matter of fact, no, I'm going to keep it like it is this sort of like lush room.
Mm-hmm.
And Gralen's like, like what? And then he sees the bath and it's like this sort of like fancy marble thing. Doesn't even, what the hell is that? Like, okay. And it just goes.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
From your writing desk, you hear, "That's your bathtub. It can fill with water if you wanted to, and you can bathe in it."
Maybe in the morning. And
Do your people not bathe? There's no judgment in that question. I'm having trouble getting the judgment out of my voice.
No. Gralen wouldn't take place in judgment. No, but I've obviously bathed before, but never in anything this large or fancy. I just room is talking to me.
That's from your writing desk.
Room is where it's coming from. I just want to sleep. I'm just tired. I'm gonna lay on the bed and go to sleep now. That's okay with you?
Night night.
And then like lays on the bed, and like gets it for the first time. It's like he hits the pillow and goes,
oh no. This better not awaken anything in me.
This bed has done more work in literally 5 seconds than Ezthe has in your entire relationship.
Yeah, it's like, this is, oh my god. Like
this shit is like legit goose down, the best quality sheets,
Like I'm saying, I would think it's to the point. Like Gralen gets back up out of the bed and goes to the things around the room. Like I've been in Jaden's tent before. I've seen all the stuff. I'm just like, yeah, Jaden's in the sparkles. Cool shit.
Yeah.
Cool. But like Gralen was like rubbing his face on the silk, like, this?
Yeah.
Like, is this? Oh my god. And it's like, I have to get more. I have to get better shit.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a wardrobe that has like a pair of silk pajamas and like average clothes for this place, which are probably like, they wouldn't be like Rodeo Drive quality, but they're, nice clothes that would be somewhat expensive back home. But like, hey, if you're visiting professor, like maybe your trunk is delayed or whatever, right? There's some clothes in there for you.
We'll handle it in the morning, but you guys would have seen Gralen on a couch in his sort of underwear and leather shawl that he wears that you guys have all seen, right? And like in the morning, I'm gonna come out well rested with like full silk monogrammed pajamas and like a nightcap.
Sure, yeah. The one, like the pointy one?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, and it's actually funny because I usually wake up before you guys. So like you guys probably come
Slippers.
out of your room to me in the living room with like coffee and tea.
The little continental breakfast spread and then
Yeah.
a little cup of tea and your croissant.
You guys wake up in the morning and it's like, have you ever put sugar in coffee before? Have you tried this?
I love it.
Amazing.
So shall we skip to the morning? We know some things happen at night.
Some things happen at night. Oh, I do want to look in the
Oh, yes,
secret
yeah.
compartment.
Okay. So you feel around for this panel again, and you remember like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to like push it in and then slide it forward, and it goes under the rest of the floor. And then there is this small opening about the size of a shoebox, and in it is a journal, and that's it. There's just a journal in there.
Okay.
It's yay big. It would so that it would lay flat in a shoebox,
Yeah.
right? So it's about that big, maybe like just because it's fun. Like it's a little longer than you would expect a normal journal, right? It's not like our
Like an
proportions.
A5, but longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like just a little odd, right? Of like, but it is just this, beautiful, finely tanned blue leather. It wasn't dyed. It's from a creature that's blue.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And so it's this light blue, and it doesn't have Jaden's diary on the front or anything.
No, it says Hayden's diary. On the front.
Yeah. But it is like you open up, you immediately recognize your handwriting, and you see dates, and you're like, okay, we've selected the cutlery, and we've done whatever, or what most of the entries look like. And there's a part about 3/4 of the way through where blank pages start, like it's the last thing. And these actually are all dated, and we can identify that this was almost exactly 400 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how long this has been here. And then flipping back a little bit from where the blank pages are, you see a couple things, and you're like, what? And you flip, and you're like, a little concern because of what you were saying.
Uh-oh.
And there were comments like, I can't believe Barnabas is at it again. Why is he doing this? Why, so the long and short of it is, Hayden and Barnabas went in business together, thinking Hayden thought he knew Barnabas quite well. They'd known each other for like a month,
Okay.
and Hayden was instant best friends.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
we do.
And then it turns out that at some point, a visiting scholar who was a member of the Fizzlecrank family didn't know that Barnabas was part of the Athenaeum, was like a functioning part of it, found out, and then came and told you Barnabas Fizzlecrank had been cut away from the family.
Oh.
So it's sort of like excommunicated, but they're not a church, right?
Yeah.
But like he was
Disowned.
He was officially unwelcome at the Fizzlecrank family, and was supposed to not call himself a Fizzlecrank, but did. And he had been cut away for unethical experiments. And one of the last entry is, I'm gonna do it. I'll confront him tomorrow.
Oh.
I can't believe he lied to me about this.
Wow.
So are you playing it that like Stereomorphosis is one of those, it just makes the parts of you that are already there just more prevalent?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
especially with a gnome. It's in the lore that it affects gnomes differently.
Well, I don't think that confrontation went well, considering I wasn't here still. We're gonna have to see if we can remember stuff.
It will be, just as a little meta note, if we want to play around with the idea of bastions that was introduced in the 2024 edition, we can use this space as a bastion. Now, the upstairs space is not your bastion, right? Those are your neighbors.
Yeah.
This space, the living quarters, can qualify as a bastion. And that means if you don't want 12 visiting professor rooms, you could turn them into different, like, bastions. You can sort of like buy add-ons or equipment or whatever. You're like, oh, actually, we need a blacksmith, right? Okay, this is our smithy now. And it just changes into that.
Cool.
But it would permanently be, so you can have 12 add-ons to this, and if you don't want anyone to have rooms. But I know we had sort of like mixed feelings about Bastion. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. It can be, off air, between episodes, we're figuring stuff out. But they can be some pretty nice resources to have, and that is something you can decide as you go forward.
Cool.
I'll stat up what I think it would start as, and then don't worry, Pooja, we're not going to do a whole base building episode. I promise.
I just can't help it. Like
I know.
Like,
Also, friends, I'm not only not wealthy, very much in debt.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got money.
people will give us money. It's fine.
You're also not obligated to be a pauper, and there's no time for it.
That's true.
So you have hundreds of years to pay it off.
I am only 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the expectation is you pay it off before your natural death.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Wait, you're in debt to them for money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the gods?
Yeah.
For money?
To
Yes.
the
Oh yeah, you missed that
to
part
the
of the
Church
episode.
of Kellamvor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. I was given an ability that I am not powerful enough to conjure up on my own, and the penance for, not penance, but the sort of
Price?
price, I guess we should call it a price for receiving that kind of favor is a fairly large donation to the Church of Kellamvor.
Which he opted to take.
Yeah, this was all my choice. I had to.
No, I just think it's hilarious that your god asked you for money.
Okay, so what really happened? So I think you missed this part of the episode.
I did.
Casting True Resurrection. One of the components required is 25,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Oh, okay.
And Kellamvor said, "I understand you don't have that with you. I will give you these."
Oh, I'll front you the materials for the
Yes.
spell is different to me than
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this power and I expect you to pay it
Yeah,
back to the church.
he empowered the scroll to operate without the diamonds, and the reciprocation is the donation to the church of equal value.
I see them as the same because he could empower the scroll to operate without the diamonds at no cost to him.
You don't know that it's no cost to him.
He's a god.
Negligible cost to
The
him.
gods are not all powerful.
But also, he could have asked for repayment in a different form.
Yes, he could have.
Easily.
Yes, but that's what
But
I
I
thought
guess
of.
if you just work for him for life anyway, and also all your death, then what's the point of asking you for anything but some money?
Right.
And don't worry, any unnatural deaths won't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping.
You'll be reassigned.
Nice.
Okay, so that is
Just talk to Lucky. They know all about it.
Backbreaker.
yeah.
Zora! Hey! Help me get back.
Yeah, and I mean Zorg's only been at this 10, 15 years or something.
Or even Brutus. Brutus.
Yeah.
See me across the shadows.
Yeah. Okay. So we pass the evening, we have the morning, we're gathered here. Chef is stationed at the kitchen, ready to make whatever.
So we have done a long rest, yes?
Yes, yeah.
Press
So
the
when you
long
go
rest
into
button.
D&D Beyond, you can click the campfire and click long rest, and then you have to quickly click confirm, or it won't finish the long rest.
Yay! Finally.
Oh my god, where is this on this?
The little campfire is
Take long rest. Boop.
Sorry, it's not a campfire anymore. It's the word long rest is up at
Yeah,
the
it
top.
has a moon.
in the bar across the top.
See if
It's still
maybe
a
I
campfire
put
on the
inside.
phone.
Oh, you're on your phone.
On the phone, it's a campfire at the top left.
There isn't one.
I said confirm.
This is not a thing
Here,
that exists on my thing.
I'll long rest you.
Thank you. I was like, it won't do
There we
it.
go.
In typical Gralen fashion, I woke up before everyone else. So you guys come out to like Gralen feasting in a way you've never seen on a breakfast that, well, we have good food. No, he's had good food before.
Yeah.
But like, they're just luxuries here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Eggs.
yeah. Have you guys ever heard of jasmine and
Mm.
heard that it can be a tea? This is
It's not just rice.
It's amazing.
Well, I like jasmine rice.
No, it's just.
Okay, so everyone got their long rest in.
Mhm.
Oh, let's say I'm gonna add your what's your level now? 8 times 3 is 24, so you have 25 temp HP.
Sweet. I can fix that on this.
I got it. I added it. Just
Oh.
refresh and it'll show up.
Fine.
I'm your
Getting
character sheet valet.
Thank you.
So
I just find it so weird that there's no, or not an easy way to do it on the mobiles. Like, oh, also it didn't, maybe I refreshed the entire page?
maybe.
Because, like, it didn't long rest me.
Yeah, you
I
just
had-
have to refresh probably.
Yeah, mine got weird. I had to click confirm. think,
Well, I
like,
refreshed
twice.
it for them.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Oh, still 67 hit points.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you're about to get more. Because I actually went down. Oh, I'm not going to have 69 anymore anyway.
Yeah,
It was
same.
because of aid.
Yeah, because we had that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm about to cast it on us again because I just do it every morning. But it's not going to be 10 anymore because I'm going to use a 4th level spell slot. So I'm going to cast the 4th level aid.
Really? Okay. Just blow up that spell slot now.
I have another one.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like. So everybody at 15 max HP.
15?
Nice.
Okay.
15. The value you get out of like 15 max HP for the whole party. I think
That's
I think it's
wild.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's my will as a cleric. That's my. Whenever I play a cleric, I'm willing to do that. With
The fact
As long
that
as
I'm
it's
a
not my
sorcerer
only
walking
max
around
top.
with 82 hit points is amazing.
That feels good.
It feels
I
so
like
good.
that. That's now, folks listening. That is hit points plus temp HP. That's the balance there. But
Yeah, my regular hit points is 42. It's just the max HP modifier plus my 25 temp
Nice.
HP
HP.
makes it much nicer.
Where are you at now?
74.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
same as you.
woo. In the morning when you've had something to eat, something to drink,
We remind Jay to do the same thing.
yeah, to long
Yes.
rest and do all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just long rest him now.
And then add the 15 on top because that's what I'm going to forget.
Oh, the 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he has to level up still too. We'll remember.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're up and chatting and like, you know, what are we gonna do today? Blah blah blah. There is very gentle mental pressure that is asking, not in so many words, but is requesting to communicate with you telepathically, and you know that this is due to all the spores you breathed in yesterday.
Mushroom friends.
It is probably myconoid in nature. And they're hailing a channel.
I immediately open it because I had an amazing time with my mushroom friends, and I was hoping that we would find more mushroom friends here, and maybe they would know my mushroom friend from before.
Okay.
Because after I had to go home, and then I tried to get back down there and find them,
Okay.
and it didn't work. Mostly because I was not allowed to go back into the Underdark as a teenager.
Yeah, weird that. What weird parents.
At that point, I was with my aunt.
Oh, right. Still, your guardian. Jaden?
Also, yes, my mushrooms are friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gralen? Yeah. Okay.
I've learned that they are friends.
All right.
Yeah.
Brutus is still not back. but that's fine. Zora sort of like cocks her head, like sees the three of you are sort of giving each other looks, like she goes, nah, and just goes back to her huge plate of food.
Amazing.
Yeah, just like sausages, potatoes, eggs, just like, yeah, it's just hasn't had a big proper meal. And she's a big lady. Like, you gotta feed those muscles.
I'm sure she burned a lot of calories last night.
Yes, she did. Okay, so the this sort of droning, monotone, reverberating voice enters your minds. It's a sort of an alto level of tone, so a little bit higher tone, and it's in everyone's mind, but it says, Professor Bluestone, welcome back to the Athenaeum.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
We think Barnabas is dead. Oh no, they say Professor Fizzlecrank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, Professor Fizzlecrank has perished.
Can they hear our thoughts? Or only if we will it?
Don't know.
Okay.
No, if you will it. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Gralen definitely went, unfortunately?
No, that doesn't have to be communicated.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not mind reading.
Right.
It's like communication.
Gotcha. Okay.
He was helping us finish a project.
Oh, what project is that?
Our farm. Perhaps you could bring us the supplies he promised us.
And what supplies did he promise you?
Sorry, the pauses, I'm trying to think of like the worst way to say this. He referred to it as the humanoid cranial muscular structure.
Ah, I see. And you need this for your farm project?
Yes,
Hmm.
it's nearly complete.
Can you tell me more about the project? I'm unfamiliar with it.
Our illithid friends require sustenance, and we can help feed them.
I see. As I've only just arrived again, I will need to take an assessment of whether or not we're able to provide you with the ingredients you've requested.
Well, a long delay may put the project in jeopardy.
Understood. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Understood. And
Uh,
the presence fades away.
Oh crap. I should ask where they were.
The farm project sounds like it's the same thing that Point Broad was trying to do. Maybe, possibly. And whatever we learn there, we could send back to Brad and his husband.
Maybe yes.
Is anybody else concerned that they were working with Barnabas?
Yes, very.
I mean, if they had an established relationship with him, then they would just think, hey, this is our friend. I am worried that they think all illithids are friends and not just some illithids.
Yeah.
Did I say illithid friends?
Yes.
I meant partners. This is the word I meant to use.
Okay.
Please strike that from the record.
Yeah. Well, my concern is that Brad and his friends are a bit unusual
True.
as far as illithids go, and Barnabas's behavior doesn't
Evil.
lend confidence to the fact that this project was a good one or not.
He had been. What did we do with him?
His body.
Yeah.
He would have been where they were cleaning up, so there probably would have been some resolved at some point in the cleanup, right?
Yeah, we would have sent it to Candlekeep with the rest of them, right?
Oh, sent Barnabas's body?
No.
I mean, they asked
No.
about it, and then
No.
we said that
But
Barnabas's body
Is
went.
like indisposed, or he was killed or something.
Yeah.
but we sent all the other bodies back to Candlekeep, didn't we?
We sent the live
No, we sent the
people.
live-
No, the survivors. Yeah,
okay,
the survivors.
just the survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other bodies are not really recoverable. Yeah.
Plus, that would be hints of what happened here, and they don't necessarily know the whole story. They don't know the whole
And they maybe don't need to know the whole
Right.
story if you solve everything. Then,
Right.
oh, yeah.
We took care of it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think given their history, Jaden would want him to have a proper burial even if he was evil. So probably like wrapped him in a shroud and
Sure.
stashed him in a lab until we can.
Yeah. Can you have done like preserve
something.
whatever? What's that called? The delay death. Yeah.
I can have.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I would have.
Well, okay. So the issue is like Jaden wants to preserve the body
Honor.
for later. Now I don't know what you would communicate about that, but you're like, okay, I want to deal with this later.
Yeah.
And if we don't preserve it, it's just going to be a worse task.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to get you to do one thing or the other. I want you to make character choices.
Also, a question of like, is that a cantrip?
No, it's not.
So it couldn't
Oh,
have
wait.
been
No,
done
no, no, no,
yesterday.
no. It is. It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, spare the dying.
Yeah.
It is. Jaden, why do you want to preserve his body?
He was evil and did bad things, but at one point he was my friend. And I would like to give him a proper burial.
I will preserve his body for you to honor his life in whatever way you need to, but I won't take part in the rites.
I understand. I appreciate that, Gralen.
And then I cast spare the dying on his body.
All right. So then, right before we ended that the conversation, the telepathic conversation, which you'll get to ask your thing in a minute,
Okay.
right? But
Nope. That's the wrong one.
well, you have some ability.
The one that
yeah.
did, yeah.
You could cast it as a ritual, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You preserve the body. You're a death cleric.
I was reading it, and it was like, it's stabilized. And I was like, that's not what I want to
Not-
do.
not
No.
that.
It's beyond stabilizing. Okay, so towards the end of that conversation, they were saying like, "Oh, okay, well, we need this for the experiment, and it might go bad, and like, you know,
Yeah.
the time is of the essence, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And they say, if Barnabas is expired, may we add him to the project? Maybe we add his cranial meat to the project?
His cranial meat was fine. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
Yeah.
depending on how you feel about that.
Okay, was it fine? Because he had a tadpole in there snacking.
Oh, he was actually beyond that level, right? So he doesn't
Yeah.
have a tadpole in there because they tried to turn him into an illithid, and the process fails with most gnomes. And so what we got is halfway between gnome and illithid, but the little worm's gone.
But the brain still exists.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of weird though.
And depending on it, like if this is a project for illithid, illithids will eat each other's brains to keep the memories in the colony.
Oh yeah, because we established that in the.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Like ideally, you would feed it to an elder brain, but you know, if they're not available, then one illithid can eat it, and then when that illithid dies, we give their brain. You know, you'll get it by the transitive property.
Allow me to review his notes in case he has any end of life preferences noted.
There's no response, but you know they're listening.
Yeah. And as long as his wishes do not preclude that, I don't see why not.
When should we expect you?
Where will we find you? Is the question.
In the southeast area that you set up for us. We promised to maintain it, and we keep our promises.
Oh, do I recognize this voice?
Not really.
Okay.
But they do keep saying we,
Yeah.
and it's a collective, like,
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, like, judging on how long it would take us to get there, etc., give him, like, a guess of time.
Mm-hmm. So are you gonna, like, go directly there? Is that the plan?
Well, I have some reading to do.
Mm.
Like I said, to the mushroom.
Yeah, I mean, if the observation area wasn't overgrown,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a matter of an hour to travel up there and walk through the displays.
Right.
Less than an hour. The area's a little overgrown.
True.
Oh, and it adds in a warning about, like, do watch out. Some of the creatures have been accidentally infected, or no, unintentionally infected.
I did notice that, yes.
They seem quite changed.
Indeed. So I'm sure you can understand why it may take us a little longer than usual to make it to you.
Yes.
But we will do our best to make it to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
So
So,
kind of looks at the rest
everybody
of you like,
heard all of that, so
This myconoid circle seems not nearly as friendly as the myconoid circle I met before.
it sounds like their friend circle is not nearly as friendly as I would hope. If they've been hanging out with Illithids and Professor Fizzlecrank in this form.
They've partnered, you're right, they've partnered themselves with
Yeah.
people that we have been fighting against.
I don't want to assume they're hostile, but the vibes aren't great.
This is not nearly as nice as the vibes at Point Brad.
Agreed.
I think it would be a bit safer to at least assume it and be proven wrong rather than go in blind.
I think we should assume that we're going to have to deal with them in the same way we dealt with Barnabas.
Are we really bringing Barnabas's brain to them?
I would prefer no.
I'm glad. I would have had a problem with that.
I didn't want to say no to them.
Oh.
Are we?
sorry, were you lying? Like, when you said that, you were pretty sure you weren't gonna do it?
He doesn't want to,
Mm-hmm.
but he's wishy-washy about it.
Can I have you make a deception check?
Sure.
I'm gonna roll as well. Oh, actually, no, it's just a DC for you to make a deception check, so that's fine.
Yeah. Deception's not great, guys.
Just I need a 14.
Yeah. I got exactly 14.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they don't seem to pick up on the hesitance
Great.
of your statement. So,
Yeah.
So what's the plan here? Like, if we go over there without the brain, we're essentially choosing a fight because they're not going to be happy about that.
I mean, it's not obviously a fight because we can just, as long as you find something in Barnabas's papers that says anything about end of life, like you said. I will say it's generally really hard to lie to myconoids in my experience. Or maybe I'm just a bad liar. One of the two.
this seems like a good place to wrap up for the week.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get Brutus involved.
Yeah.
I love that we have the brain as an option. Anyway,
There are options.
yeah. Let's just put Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box and we'll
Just
take
walk it
up
right
there.
over
Yeah.
those mushroom friends.
Nope.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for episode 12 of the Astral Circus here on Happy Jacks RPG. We will be back next week, I think.
I think so too.
Everybody, so as far as we know. Thank you to our chat mods for their hard work keeping us safe so that we can do us live or later, your only two options to watch the show. Thank you to our amazing Patreons who let us do whatever the fuck we want. That's how that works. Go to happyjacks.org/Patreon. And then we don't have to follow laws anymore. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. We are extra legal entities if you donate to the Patreon.
That
And
is
we
true.
will act in your best interest, I promise.
today's episode may have been creepier than last episode's with just your ad libs, not even
Not so much the content, is it?
Right.
The commentary.
the American military
Mm.
structure being played out,
Some of my
Extra.
values may be showing.
illegal actions happening over here.
You want to say something about who you are and what you've done?
I am Dion. I have played Gralen, and I felt like I did good things. No,
And I've never committed a crime.
Gralen probably hasn't committed a crime. Depends on your definition of a crime. Now, Dion,
Mm,
I will
Just
not.
shut the fuck
has
up.
never
I will not.
committed a
I will
crime.
not say anything on
Just shut the
camera.
fuck up.
Exactly.
That's what you
Dion
can
knows
do.
how to keep his goddamn mouth shut.
Dion knows how to not perjure himself or
Mhm.
Incriminate.
incriminate. That's what I was looking
That's the
for.
one.
Perjure's lying on yourself.
Don't do either.
Don't do either. I played Gralen. Dion, he, him, Gralen, he, him, resident forest gnome, and yeah, don't commit crimes
Yeah.
that you will get caught committing.
Yeah.
But it's not technically a crime until you've gotten caught.
Unless you want to steal from mega corporations. That's A-okay.
Is that a crime?
Not to me, it's not.
Morally or legally?
As the old lawyers have taught us.
Sam?
Hi everybody, I'm Sam, like you heard. I have been Jaden Sapphire, our resident talker down of weird murderous things for the second week in a row. You can find me on the internets under my author handle. Yes, that's right. I write books, if you haven't heard me say this 1,200 times already. Sylvie Hellstaff is the name you can find my books under. They are monster romance, and if you like smooching monsters and reading about that sort of thing and are over the age of 18, because they are spicy, you should check them out. In fact, you can pre-order my current book for only $6.66 until it comes out next month during Pride Month. It is a book that will put the demon in Pride Month.
Well,
No,
it's demons.
it's demons. We gotta go with the infernal number.
Mm.
It's called Lust and Found. It is very spicy, but it's also got a lot of queer joy, found family, finding your place in the world, all kinds of
Yeah.
good, lovely things.
But I've finished it now, and it's really good. Like, it's just so fun. I really enjoyed myself reading it.
I'm glad you liked it. Yes, it will be coming out next month, June 23rd. Until then, you can pre-order it on my itch.io store. And if you have friends that like monster romance, tell them about it too.
Can I say you kept the bit? I don't know if you were trying to, but the first couple of weeks you said my friend.
Oh, yeah. We were kind of at that stage still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I fully was like, and I've heard Jason talk about this book and being friends with the author.
Yeah.
And so the first couple of weeks I'm like, oh, they talk very highly about this friend. I have to meet this
Oh,
friend.
wow.
No.
Did we really hit the
Like, I was-
creep and
Like, I don't know if I was in it. Listen, audience, tell the truth. Tell me I wasn't alone. I know I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone.
Plausible
I was-
deniability.
Like, it was always like a smile, wink,
Yeah.
wink. And I'm like, oh, this, like,
Friend of the podcast.
this
Yes.
friend. People really like this friend. I want to know this friend. Yeah. And then when the week where you were like, my author handle,
Yeah.
I don't know, you can probably go back and watch it. There was a moment of like,
Oh,
oh,
it's Batman?
I am in fact Spicy Monster Batman.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
literal Batman.
Yes.
Yes.
I use a pen name because I can keep it separate from my day job, but then Meta stole one of my books, so I blew up all of my personal social accounts, and now I just use the author one. So, unmask. Here I am.
I love it.
This is phenomenal. Hi, I am Pooja. I no pronouns, and I've been playing Ezthe Perah, they, them, your friendly neighborhood thembo, who is about to be gutted once again when all of their memories of their joyous time with a mushroom circle are corrupted in next week's episode. You can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. You can watch my YouTube channel that I now have a couple of videos out on, and more coming in the next, like this Tuesday and next Tuesday, where I make things, all kinds of stuff.
The
like
Magic Mirror one is really fun.
that are weird and, perfect just for me kind of stuff.
Can I comment on this real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Magic Mirror one is the one I've seen so far, but the amount of like you're like scrubbing every little ridge of the frame, and I watched that and I was like, I feel better. Like this is just a nice thing. Watching this, like you kind of speed it up, and it's like you'll narrate and then it goes fast, and then but like seeing like every little groove just come up clean, like, and I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
Yeah.
satisfying.
Yeah.
There are some like real revelations in that video that I was not expecting when I started that project. And then the next one is I turned a file cabinet into a really fun like steamer trunk
Oh, cool.
because I needed to trick myself into some kind of like using an organizational system rather than shoving all my important papers in a drawer.
Mhm.
Smart.
Which long ago outgrew that drawer and is now multiple drawers.
We don't have to admit to things on the internet.
It's fine. I now have a filing cabinet and it's very pretty and cool. And then, yeah, so if you want to see me make cool shit and make my, like, and just do all kinds of fun projects, like, these were furniture stuff, but also I sew, I do some leatherworking, so who knows, I might get into sculpting foam. Whatever floats my boat in the moment is what I will share with y'all.
Say sculpting foam?
I have done that before.
Yeah, like the
That works.
hard foam that they make like padding out of, or shapes,
you can do
or
it.
yeah,
you
like
can
this.
do it with the like softer foams, or also like actually taking like blocks of foam and you laminate them together with like spray 77.
Yeah,
And then you
it's
take
like a
a knife
material,
to
not
it.
something, not foam you spray out of a can.
No, I've
You
Oh,
can
okay.
do it with the great stuff. I'm not good at doing it with great
Oh,
stuff.
okay. I didn't even know
Um,
that existed.
what, the great stuff?
Yeah.
You can. So I worked for a production designer many years ago, and we made a lot of stuff at that shop. It was
And-
actually, had it not been an abusive workplace, it would have been like the perfect like place for me, but it was a super abusive workplace that also didn't pay in the end.
oh, Jesus.
So
Fuck off.
so you can like, we had people who were like, you just, it's not the cheapest, it's not the most cost effective, it's not necessarily the best way to do it, but you'd spray a bunch of cans of great stuff and it's expanding foam, so you end up with like if you want to spray a bunch of foam on a substrate
And then it like hardens, and then
and
you
it
can carve it away.
hardens, and then you go in and carve that and then
Cool.
do the treatment on top of it. In my case, I don't do anything on that scale, but what I did do, and the whole season is out on Netflix, so if you want to watch All American season 7 on Netflix, you can see there is an episode where Grandpa Willie has a birthday and they do a big disco birthday party for him. It was really a lot of fun. I made that cake.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
So, I
That's
mean,
cool.
it's fun. It's like,
It's
just
not a
fun
real
stuff.
cake?
It's not a real cake.
The
There
cake
is
not.
real
The cake
cake.
is alive.
There is real cake, but that cake is a lie.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, so I have a lot of random ass crafting skills.
Nice. I mean, you're a professional prop maker. Yeah.
I'm a prop
Comes
master.
with the job.
I'm
Yeah,
a prop
and
master.
a prop master
and,
now, so,
and
like-
part of what happens sometimes is that you order something and it comes and it's not what you ordered, and you have to remake it
Because it
on a
needs
very
today.
limited time frame,
Yeah.
and you end up doing it yourself.
That's awesome. Anything else? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, and as always, look up your local mutual aid societies. What we can do as individuals is highly, like, we make much more impact in our local communities than we can on the federal level individually, so highly recommend getting involved in some kind of work in your local community. Imperative that we do this in this day and age.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And my name's Jason, he, him, and all of the other characters that aren't these three and their pronouns. I really love getting to do this. I love that we have an audience. I actually love that we have kind of a small audience. Like, it feels like it's not this out of control fandom that can turn toxic or whatever. And if you haven't joined our Discord yet, I know I read the thing every week, but like, our Discord is one of the nicest Discords on the internet. I'm happy about that. And some of that is because we have policies in place to not be an asshole. And that's it. Like, there's a very clear conduct that's expected and
enforced, because that's the big thing.
And
with Discord
enforced,
servers,
yeah.
especially. Like, or anywhere. But
Yeah. And I've heard from lots of people who don't necessarily look like me, saying that they also feel comfortable there. And that is the number one thing. So recently let's see. I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, you can check out the stuff I make at probablyokgames.com, and you can catch my streams at twitch.tv/itsprobablyoK. And I stream throughout the week with odds and ends here and there, and then Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific, we're doing a Baldur's Gate Honors Mode playthrough. Honor Mode, I should say. We got Pooja out of character creation.
it's
Yep.
a mid-year miracle.
We're officially playing the game, and we're working towards getting Dion his golden dice if we can complete the honor mode run, which he hasn't done yet. I have completed 2 honor mode runs, so I am the guide who sits quietly and waits for them to click on something they shouldn't click on, and then
Also,
I help.
Jason is also the troll.
Yes.
It's important to note.
Wonder what this is. Somebody should pick it up. I don't have enough strength. Barbarian.
Or there's a thing where, like, if you go into the dialogues, the other players can, like, vote on what they want you to choose.
Yeah, the multiplayer.
Jason's is 100% always the troll option.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you're still with us at this point in the stream, the viewers can vote on what they want us to say to the NPCs. It doesn't mean we're going to do it, but it's fun. I have the integration thing set up, and
Nice.
so also if Larian ends up doing more drops or whatever, it's just fun. Like, you can get free stuff, and Larian's a great company. Actually, I've kind of looked into them a little bit more closely, and not only do they seem good, they are apparently good people. It's wild.
Neat.
Yeah,
In
like
this day and age?
the stuff they donate to, the way they take care of their developers, it's like, and they keep saying, like, if you take care of your people, they will make great games.
Who would have
Wait,
fucking
wait,
What?
wait. Give me that one more time. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna follow.
Yeah, like, they are the model that everyone said wouldn't work, right? Of like a medium-sized studio that takes very good care of their people. You know, like, they all have busy schedules, just like anybody, right? They had a crunch
Yeah.
time. They had a period of time where they had to work really hard, but they take care of their people and they turn out good stuff. Now, are they perfect? Probably not. But it's just, it matters. It matters. Take care of the people around you, take care of your community, and then the communities will be taking care of each other, and then we'll be okay.
So if we invest in the workers and the people who need it the most,
Yeah.
then they're able to produce,
Yeah.
and the whole society benefits.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then that's able to go back to the workers.
Yeah.
And it creates this vicious cycle
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
works that way.
Yes.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
making sure.
Treating all people with dignity and respect. That's what I want.
So it's not, just to be clear,
it's not benefiting the people who already have too much, so
No,
that they can somehow trickle down to those who need.
no, no.
So that they can then take those tricklings and use them to try to scale
You
up.
see, that wouldn't be dignified. To
Oh,
live off the scraps of somebody else.
I now understand why that's wrong. We shouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Wild.
Thanks for joining us with our very long outro today. When we're down a person, like, good lord.
It's a solid line, is what
Yeah.
what we really learned today.
Love yourself, love the people around you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.